All right. I don't pay your dasi. Masa, BBI okay. Mr. And there you be strong comfort me. Why? And there you World Environment Day. World Environment Day. Judy. Minim say ya kafra uni uhuni sa. Ofe wura na watu egu baby bia. Wisie ushi wura. Say sebe anopa nkrata egu agya na nsu nyina oboa ano anopa tututu na watwagya atu home papa unti ye nhumi bi de na ye World Environment Day ne de me pa cha opa climate change ho nkomo no ehia me no mienu bi gidi se nne se oboye nsa ase eho ban a ebeboa me no mienu nyina enne environment na me no mienu nyina yewom no ye mmɔ ho ban se de be ya ebetimi atena environment yi mu ache medase se odi asopa etie me Daybreak jumadi wo fache television na no pay ye de bro kopem se nondu ebebo enne nso afia wagya ye mu akope ba bi atena ozo odwodwo ne ho na nso menye hwe ozo odwodwo ne ho saa afia memo wa ache enne de mini kofi ye behwe ne aye de ese ye ne ewia matese ye so wa hye ye chi wo ba bi na eno nso ye di ho nkomo sana no pay na se sronko enkoma MCR team ni nyina newsroom and opay do bibia ase sana cameramen and the other technical people no yadamo ase sports department so ye trans kopim se nondu no ma meka ho amaye a okono ye den de maye nti anopay nso na ase sronko enkoma wa wagye bre na wo hwe wi ase afa na nyina mu anopay nyame nhira na omana dom enye kese ewo so ka kire onu ase ya trans ye som ye man Ghana if you say ese so man Ghana efa ne ntoma pa efra. We are active on our social media platforms, on TikTok, on YouTube, on Instagram, on your X platform, on Facebook, Fache Television. Okwa, na weja unkomo no ho ye beken kan ni nyina de amount. Send us a voice note, send us a text message, send us a WhatsApp message on 020 754 3637. 020 754 3637. Ye transi say ya as I say ye di nkomo ahoro na watwi mu me ne wo adi nkomo yakasa afa Komfo Anochi Teaching Hospital apomuden ayaresa na enura de se unim se ye di nkomo ni wie ye no na ye hwese chief executive oko health ministry aso ye no de na akosi wo ho enura nwumre and doctors are where Juma or Komfo Anochi Teaching Hospital. Etitim krata de ba bonten bebo ye nyina ma ne say. And near na ekoso or Komfo Anochi Teaching Hospital no. Wom ni wom chief executive and management ni eya adwen decisions na omo take wo ho no. Ne kwan so ano no. Omo se ebra so. Se oman Ghana twa nani eba Komfo Anochi Teaching Hospital. Na omo behwe ohaw ne amane a hospital no enamu omo se ebre no eni omo ankowie na emergency physicians womo so de krata babonten se health minister woni won crop for yesremo a eniema na ekoso Komfo Anochi Teaching Hospital no mama mfa kuntunkuni bia mekata so mama mfa tapoli bia mehata so na ohaw ne amane a yewo mu hospital ha nya asem ketwa di se be ya mfa mo animra ha na mo mesiesie ha maye gidi se enura nwumre no enkomo bia efi health ministry aso ye baaye ye bebo mamane na mo ahu se enkomo no a be na nsani yagye bre na ye di wa afidie yi so no enkomo ehia me no mienu nyina hospital no se ye yewura ebo ya amane some 2-3 years ago that Komfo Anochi no aye kokogye ayarehwe no oyare ye mehwe no It has become more relevant today than ever. Let's get ready and let's support whatever ways and means I be boama komfo anoche afa ne ntoma pefra no ameka kire mo say aban onyanya ready contractors ni nya ready so mbesi bibi soronko bia omo de omo mesi ntoma dan bi wo ho mayen tamo frenu dome me boa yesu ntoma dan bi wo komfo anoche ho a ebetimi afa nipa be 100 kra Ejidi say be solve some of the problems na ewo ho no whilst they get to complete Sewia, they get to complete Aferi, they get to complete the maternity block and the other health facilities KNUST there no omo ye no nyina awia yasum ebedwe na Kofi eno na watem komo aba krom na be dey say me ho kura adwuri me krom ha mo ho wanwo Now, more can say Ghana has 70% of the Ghanaian people are Christians.
Yes, sir.
Now same way in Tina say what you some George Aqua say Grumham Pennyfo, you know, be above. Hey, now say what you want near Mamma. Some George say one more who says say pornographic movies near them. Amanone kra no se obehwa ese se wo show say wo obru 18 years
enti wo pese wo hwe
enti se o pese wo hwa o se Ghana ha omo be yen hyehyeye a se o pese o kohwe ene pornographic video a ese se wo de identity by be kire se me
asumasi
Kojo Marfo
na me hwe
anwumre be se me kola amanfo muni ya kum say Sam George aseme na okay say kola na ekohwe na mo say mo man kola anhwa fine
yempedi
na pani so kohwa just what the Sam George and I'm say the chrome has say level amadu no
so for the when last
hani yes say wo behwa the who dey say wo person ohwe where asam wo dem yentie Sam George. Oh, David.
It's important that we understand the danger that we face with pornography. And I keep saying that, look, we don't need to rewrite the script. Today in the United Kingdom, for you to access a pornographic website, you need to put your driver's license for them to be able to determine that you are 18 years. Ask yourself why they are doing that. Because they've seen the danger and the damage that pornography and over-sexualization have done to a generation of young UK citizens. And that's why for us, we believe that in Ghana here, and we're working with going to cabinet on that, to make sure that before you access any X-rated site, you must put either your driver's license or your national ID card, so that we know who you are and who is going to that site, to prevent children from being exposed to such content. This is the real threat. Because when a child is over-sexualized at an early age, it affects their development, it affects their thinking, it affects even their morality and their values and their standards. And the only way to break a people is to go after the children. Because when the children are destroyed and damaged, that culture, that culturalization gets damaged. The fight against Africa is not against those of us sitting in this room. We were a lost case. The fight is against our children. And that's why when myself and my colleagues in Ghana introduced the Family Values Bill, one of our key arguments has been that we're fighting for the innocence of Ghanaian children, because our children must be protected and safe. We were protected by our parents in an African family setting. We must do same for our children and grandchildren.
Hey, Rade. Hey. Some way near will feature. Now, where were company?
Of on company.
Now, Chrome has 75% a Christopher. And the pornographic movie crowd. More than come on, find your way.
Yeah.
And Kagana, I because we now waste more hammer on side. Mummy and Peninsula. Now, penny for us, I say a casa. The hair, Sam George. Now, and you may be shed near Macacra. O say me wi ase nyina hu say me Me na enyumre me pese me hwe lie. Hey Sam George. Na o sa na ate. They say wo pese wi ase nyina hu say ye hwepu no o. Hey! Hey, Kofi. Wo hwe bia na?
Oh, for there be say me na me hwe countries o mo hwe pono ne pa.
Ghana kan.
Oh, Ghana can offer. Our countries are top 25 countries. Nigeria ended up first. Ghana net also second. Kenya, Egypt, Morocco, Puerto Rico, Cote d'Ivoire, South Africa, Algeria, United States, Jamaica, United Kingdom, Finland, El Salvador, Costa Rica, Panama, Finland, Honduras, Indonesia, Canada, New Zealand, Denmark, and almost what until first 25 no, of Ghana this also second. Nigeria first. We upon have the balance here in Czech. Ghana they say 75% Christians of entirely waha. Ti pono no Ghana for no e pene he pa. Titiro ni pene for no omo pene he pa. This woman says as again.
Say production team be play am we enko fie.
Of aden.
See upon.
Oh say.
Aba is a lost battle.
Lost battle say.
Say you can 25 countries. Na omo a ehwa na Ghana din ba bi e da no.
It was second. And omo friend Azegi. E pie ya na so obi ko.
Me catch them say Christosum wo ho. But sorry na ema ye problem. Sorry. Oh. Ma catch them say say ye baby a o feel form ye can religion. Na ye dey asho Christian mo say e say jai.
Sa.
As I say, bisa no watch your Methodist, now watch your Baptist. Now, sa Christian no, and there my problems no. Na Ghana antimo ya sure say Christopher ha.
Or when the last hour of or the other.
How?
It was a second. You crab you match.
Me say efrinra Sam George onya ahoto.
Oh yes. It was
on cancel on why you. O say Ghana e boaboa no ho say obeye nhihye e tisa.
Yeah.
Na ye de abom ofra no ho ban.
Yeah.
Protecting the children and also ourselves.
And so they menene ya.
Because obetimi anya pani a
eno an o he.
Obey introduce nkwala no to ni hwe o.
Yeah. Ofa asori dem yin mpanifo no hwe o. So fu preach bo hu say ni.
Pani be na wo koto no wo asori wo na wo so de na wo hwe a wo koto pani.
Ofa pani mpanifo no mo kwal makwatena bronsan no so. Ofa eno an mo hwe. So far you the who preach as will be Bible no the phone na share Bible ntem. No or has again. Of and one of my hair sorry them. It is a Sam George can say this time around so over here. I was say I can say what identity appear a website and so of no credit. San your on ma. They be who say be in pennyphobia or many G azeg ho a or mo he. It's of say a me na me nim beba obi akọ so ko from pon sa ponu no he. E was site. Of
obi a but they would verify that asubesi say amanfo sure say wa hwe akire ne de abetum say omo ehwe ni new
of say was say na ba no
but let's do the African proverb this morning. Hey, cruise way. Oh David, the African proverb for this morning: the hyena with a cup does not consume all the available food. The hyena with a cup does not consume all the available food. That's our African proverb. And opay say uni maboa e friend no the hyena. Ubehu say okọ emu animu a or you very aggressive or you be a niema a oye no. Ochine de na waye ho adwuma. Nti se ye ka kire wa no pay say sa aboa ni mpo. Sa aboa ni mpo. Se ne nsaka ye sese ne nsaka o kai se ochina ewo ho okae se ne mma ewo ho saa ne ye ka kire wa no pay say onipa bia esese okae se ochina nso ewo ho esese okae afoforo nso esese uye bi edema wo mo a wo mo emme wo ne wo mo a wo mbehia no kina. Say power corrupt, absolute power corrupt absolutely. Always remember that other people also need to be supported. Dwene womo aka ho, dwene nchirima ho. Se aboa yi mponyane de na okae se esese medi bi sie de a esese wo nso kae se de eba wo nsam no enye ni nyina ena esese wo yusu esese wo di bi to ho de anope wo encourage you no matter how small your money is kai se obeti bi e de asie for ochina semunti. Remember that no matter how big, large, good your situation is today, there is always a tomorrow. And it is a one poka there. And a minute why ye pay your boy and the moja. And the jano home make ye hono. As I say, you who say, or china ewo ho. Ni ene wonsa atoso en sei ni nyina jabi na ochira nso ye da foforo ye da ase ejidi sa wo di we nso ebebo okotodwem na wo de abo bra no se de sese wo de bono ye guso a ye de nkomo no ebro Daybreak dwumadie wo fache television anopay nkomo a ya sha ase a ye di no wo ho akwanya se wonso wo be send messages no abre en WhatsApp message, text message 020-754-3637 020-754-3637 and check the one krata no said ye nsa aka no no ye de nyina ebro Bison Imperial Global Shipping and Logistics Bison Imperial Shipping and Logistics global account ho Millennium Constructions kan ye ho anopay ye trans de the one krata ne brewa e adwumakuo yi mienu na asoyan sen ansana ya de bebre no. You know what? The picture of the day. The picture of the day. Picture of the day. Are you able to identify the photograph we have posted? Are you able to identify the picture, the photograph that we have posted this morning? Kofi?
Fine.
Oh, any idea?
I'm one more idea.
Oh, idea. Okay. Mate. Diabusefo mfoni no ayede ato television so ama on. Anopay boy, let's identify this person. Go on our social media platforms. Let's identify this photograph. Yekoyenim na fi de obonkrata nkomo de abro. Bison Imperial Global Shipping and Logistics, they are into export and import. Nti niema efra manone eba niema efri oman Ghana mu ekwa manone wa huka bi opese ye toka no ye di sinsuo so ebedu habwa yenyi ne yemfa mrewa ene ye ni ho nkomo se uwo nkonwa bi wa manone opese ye di nkonwa brew Ghana mu apono wa hu de efe opese odi siesie ofie opese odi ba na odi beye business. And the Bison Imperial Global Shipping and Logistics adwumakuo ni nkomo won the way num nyina be brew ni nyina ne se nkrata no be ye kama ubedi uhuni ye de bedu a na ye hwehwewa ye behu eno an ye hia no kuredie eno an no uko European countries no a ya ye adwuma wo ho ankofo wo gidie wo ye mu Ghana fo a wo de niema kwa ama no ne won wo gidie wo ye mu obi bia woni ya ye adwuma no o wadansidie soronko ti anope ye kanfoma e ye o car no say ye bus say ye pickup say ye truck ene ye ni nkomo ye wo ho krata ne bibia ye behwe ne de woni ema no abre wo man Ghana mu sa na Millennium Construction ene de ye kan dansie ho ne ema e Millennium Constructions say ye kan adan a ye si ye wo mantemu ahoro de ye wo nkuro yi mu Millennium Construction. Diza mo pese mu si mo asore dan. Mo pese mu si school dan. Mo pese mu si mo factory no a. Ane Millennium Construction si ni nkomo. A moldings, a pavement blocks, a home fidie, ana na candia bay, and the Millennium Constructions in Ninkomo, one behind one mile and a camera the amount. Sa na was say out town, and the Millennium Constructions in Ninkomo. Was asking in temper on beton amount, now on Saka Sika. Say, ope set, otasa sensua, and you are munding como. As I say, a home crater in a year, a 7 year chin, and no, and a Millennium Construction a year at the mount. Who dream house, no, and you only whom come over see, come a part the amount. Open one bro sign, and I open the dentia, and the Millennium Constructions in Ninkomo. My country was a public accounts committee, who near me see or what, and call for the companies be a dijuma. A basa of yam fa home crater amra na yasem. And the Millennium Construction and Yejuma. One of Bushen, Nayas Junction. Ofre one. Obejo Wakuma Paso, na Wasomo. Sa na Bison Imperial Global Shipping and Logistics. One so Tema Community 2. Accra International Airport. Ubedua Santiman Temwa. Kumase, one word ditchem, so anyone didn't come on. Wadaroma. And the Soriano pa, the one crater said the Sacanon. Yeah, the bro. Kuvi.
Over. I want to know if we know him now.
Patchoy. Patchoy.
Unimo.
Patchoy.
That one, no one with you.
Otherwise, all day.
Oko Urumwa. I bought back one horse three. None of one home at the pan of we. Let's start the newspaper by starting with Daily Guide newspaper this morning, and it has a lot of stories on its front page. Let's start with Gensed condemns Dr. Frank Amwakohene over Akosua Kuma comment, and also MCL Ghana launches Grand Panache and appoints Michael Blackson as its ambassador, and also Audit Service Board Auditor General lock horns over staff promotion, prevent Hajia Farrell from assessing my children. Rachel Niamakwe, ex-wife, on this particular statement. All of these news on the front page of the Daily Guide newspaper.
I'll pay the Daily Guide and the Ubonka Tano, or yes, shas here every one. Richard Niamakwe, Oba, or no, a shabra boise, na a lee, yes, one no, a jaya hunsam, a court, and a mamino, say, Hajia for real. Maame no almost say one papa no enamwa one no na ebo brasisi said you almost keke kan mframa mu no na na yire no a one ni hu bio na esrese ma omo ma awuraba no enko ne ma ho kwan bia so enim sentia bada no pay de yate no na ye bo ho amane no. MCL Ghana launches Grand Panache. Omo appointed Michael Blackson as Womo ambassador. And pay Daily Guide the sound common abrain. Audit Service Board no any Auditor General no and when you aba wonjume die mu a and pay Daily Guide e ka ho asem no the one krata no e di ho nkomo and pay nkomo kro no ano e wo Daily Guide mu abronye DC and assign amano remand bio no yes o mfa ne passport mra passport no say ayira o so no no mpese wo de aku anu nti the dansan call reminder e ho nkomo e wo Daily Guide mo anopay na Ashanti regional minister na wakodi nkomo bi e wo social media so na nansen ne ho nsem no e ya adoso na eno na adwumakuo bi say ombesre no a adwuma ye de ahye ne nsa wa Asante mantemu no onhwe no onye no na onyai so oba social media ase agro eya aba na ni so nkomo odididi no ebi wo hɔ a na enya agro a yedi adenam so wo social media na odi nkomo na ne refi ne ho kakra ni nti no nkomo we so wakodi a omo sre no se omo panacha opa adwuma bibire wo hɔ ese so oye omo na ni nkosa adwuma no na onyai so osore a otu social media odididi nkomo no se wahu se ni video bi nso about social media
yeah so
Daily Guide near the Shamwasi. Yeah, twasso.
Now let's continue with the Chronicle newspaper this morning, and it captures the IGP and then also the Interior Minister on its front page. And it says that IGP Tete Yohonu seeks urgent shelter for police fire victims. And also Gensed condemns Amwakohene's misogynistic attack on Cozy. And also Attorney General ordered to reverse contentious promotion. All of these stories on the front page of the Chronicle newspaper.
And open Chronicle, the one crater na a boy amania can't say and say, one wakwa who hear him and nam a jashishi bia a buyer and a police penny as say, yenya baby for one to na one ho en high one kakra. And no Attorney General and I can't say promotions be a course na a chicken corporation na a more yudam kakrano. Woman sign and coso na say ombe call mochia, omun call mochi. Ashanti Regional Minister Nkomono, Ejumekuo no aka, se Kozi, Nkomono a, o dia, di din ebe frɛ mu ne se di odi Nkomono. Omu nyi ni se eye ne kwan so. Se Regional Minister ebe misconduct ne ho se de, omu hu no se waye no. Omu besre no a, onye adwuma so na bibiri na ewo nanim. Anope Chronicle Nkomo a, ode breye no.
Now let's continue with the Ghanaian Times newspaper, and also on the front page, it also captures the Health Minister on its front page, and it says that floods paralyze Accra again, major roads cut off, residents trapped, and also fire guts Accra Central Police Barracks, and also Gat Manche left ban on noise making ahead of Homowo Festival, and also the Health Minister Kwamina Kando says that avoid handshakes over Ebola threat. All of these stories on the front page of the Ghanaian Times newspaper.
Anope yenu udi nkomo yi abawa man said the Wokrata Chronicle. Ijashishe bia ekọ so ewo police barracks, Central Police Barracks ho IGP esre se yempe baabi ema won a wahwehwe no yemfa won mu yie na yema yani enko won ho no eno ana Ghanaian Times so edi ho nkomodi mfoni ato ne krata no anim ensu yiri a akoso na asenkofo niema ejapade ne ade no ena Ghanaian Times anope eboy amane se saa ohaw no ade a amankran and crying. One wet to horn, what it or high. They will be sour when I say, and rampuni. As in Suesa top, said the toy to us obey and name you know. A henny a D&T ebeto, na a hen na a better. Ebola, Obakai said, the last time I had Ebola whom come the first time of His Excellency John Dramani Mahama. Yame ya dom, Amagana. And nay, Ebola nkomo assign aba Health Ministry edi nkomo se wo ye de obetimi bibia se empo Ebola no be wura kuri mu a obehwe kwan e be fa so a ebesia no kwan na mfa o how emre o man Ghana nkomo ye mu na Health Minister esre se Ebola nsem ni nti ombesre se uhia unua menchia no ananya sa no oka kofi
Mensa no mo.
Uhia unua menchia no said your COVID by ni enchia ye ho na ye hia boza eno kra bi nim say omo be ma ye ho kwan se ye nya but Health Minister say mo obi bia amane say enam Ebola nkomo a ye tetete na African countries ni bi ohaw eba no ombesre se uhia unua ebia no amane boza ana se na wapa wani achi a kire no se ye ne yakro no they say the inchia Ghanaian Times anopay nkomo a ode ebae no be bosome ene kakra ena gamanche omowoni nti ye kan se ma obia enye dede ye makrom nye din na amamre ne nhihye ya amane yesese ye no ye nye enei gamanche se ye pagya taban no a ye de to noise making no ho mo betimi aye dede kakra ba yesremo obia metuetue ya so Ghanaian Times anope nkomo a ode breye ene yene mo acha.
And let's continue with the Daily Graphic newspaper, and also says that 24-hour economy to create 1.7 million jobs by 2028. That is Gusi Tano on that statement. Also, Finance Ministry releases 1.67 billion Ghana cedis for agri sector, and also biodiversity, the Goldfields way. Nations to produce first vaccine by 2027. Vaccine Institute drives local initiatives. All of these stories on the front page of the Daily Graphic.
And okay, the Daily Graphic and come out de a brain and sembe miensa and a edi akotene and Daily Graphic mubako a 24-hour economy no and openia or dano na or heso a boy man yes say by the time His Excellency John Dramani Mahama ebe wie ne term no na 24-hour economy no kwa amaye nyuma 1.7 million ya sam ne say mo sha ase a ni hu first 100 ni ehu 200 no a na wa hotoso se de mo kan ebebam asamba akwa Daily Graphic de abrɛ anopɛ eye sika finance ministry a ehwɛ o mai sika sem na adwadie nkomoso no eboy amane se kuayo finance ministry no release over 1.67 billion cedis yemfa nkɔ bo akuadwuma na ɔman yi aduane mmerem na yɛn ho enhenhan. Vaccine Institute say ene yate asem first vaccine ebeba in 2027. Otene sa na nim say ye ho ya henhan yen. Anope Daily Graphic nkomo a ode brand no.
And now let's continue with the Daily Gist newspaper this morning. And also says that the NLA workers declare war on Alhaji Lotto and also blows over 1.67 billion on agriculture budget. And also NPP demands passage of original 2024 LGBTQ plus bill. That's a Fenyo marking on this particular statement. Abronye back in detention over failure to surrender passport. And also the other story says that my Nkrumah remarks were twisted. That's Napo on that particular statement. And also Attorney General convicted my client before trial. Samuel Atachia on that statement. So Bono Minister finally served with Arnaud Dompre 30 million Ghana cedis defamation suit. All of these stories on the front page of the Daily Gist newspaper.
Say open gist ahoro ne dia anope ubenya no on a daily basis. Daily Gist and ode gist ahoro ni nyina ebre wa hyase na o kan say adwumayefo a one National Lotteries Authority and omne Alhaji Lotto enya asem omo say kwan ya niema efa so ekoso wo ho no wombo enyo so kra abronye anope yabo amane say enam ne passport nsem a court share no a oye de ono penti yasan ede no akoto aban kukum na asem bi wo Daily Gist mu na enura meken kan ye na mi hu ye na mbisa me ho say na mi nua pani ta nkomo ya opegya tumu a wan no na ya na ebisebisa no nsem saa Dr. Matthew Opoku Prempe ene osi o na asem a okan ye fa osagefo Dr. Kwame Nkrumah ho mo san dane asem no se pena mo pena asem o san Nkrumah na ne ho ye mo ahio asem o kan ye no ene de mo de ba abonten no enye saa na tie nti osrem a mo pede etere no a ya mo misa ono a no mfa nkyire mu ewo mu no ema mo the new patriotic party led by Osahini Afenyo Markin say LGBTQ plus ne ho nsensem no bill dadam yemfa eno emra na bibisa nse wan na kofa amono no ede bai wan ene kofa amono no ede bai tisi ya pass na mo mra mu no ye hu hwe enyi ya se kwa na ye kɔ the ubakata ye di hu nkomo na ye ka kire mo say finance ministry are releasing 1.67 billion no ukọ the Daily Gist mu anope ya o se say sika no ba eba ene ne ebe ye no e de basabasa ye eba nkofo apoma twede akese say sika no ese so ma wo mani ekọ ho Daily Gist nkomo a odi no saa na atachia o tiem den Osisa ohwe kwan a Attorney General afaso di ne nkomo no a nipa no ogina na chi a o twitwaje no dabre Attorney General no wabua no kumfo kra dada na defamation suit bi a ebaaye efa bunu minister ne ho no wo say afedie anodompre serve na ode serve no minister no ne nsaka nkomo no afi yebetie mu se ekosen akosi sen said the omde akokot no saa na ebeya na anope sanse bi nyina na daily or just here.
Now let's continue with the Daily Analyst newspaper this morning, and also says that police fuel plan robbery attack, that's recovery of AK-47 rifle and weapons, and also Bupira Harness Gold Board CEO Sami Jemfi for leadership and national service, and also Ayawaso East MP urges Africa to defend family values, and also the other story says that all set for GJA Press Freedom Night. That is Julius Deborah Afenyomaken Kwachi Ofosu to grace the occasion. And also cut out desperation for power. Fifi Kwete warns NDC members. And the last story also says that no Ghana card, no Pono. Sam George pushes tougher HX for adult website. All of these stories on the front page of the Daily Analyst newspaper.
Anope ye Kyle. Say Bison Imperial Global Shipping and Logistics at Daroma, Millennium Constructions at Daroma, and they did a Ubonkrata no air bro. May assure Zano pay a bema wa Quenya ma onso watch that drink a crad ya maye. Daily analysts say police if we Juma ya de share one saso one yano. They say they were born home more than pa a crom for tetri around phobia. Now why wondering say walk on G a japa dear and na uko ye. Na ene wakɔkyere wɔ mo ene nneɛma nkɔde kɔyɛ adwuma ni nyinaa bupewura na ɔhwɛ Sami Jemfi abrante a ɔbɔ ne ho mmɔden wɔ gold board no na ɔse bra na membɔ waba so na wɔ adwuma a ɔyɛ no ɛsɔ ani na ɛsɛ sɛ obiara nso ɛte wɔn nka saa na Daily Analyst anɔpɛ yi bɔ yɛ amaneɛ sɛ Ghana Journalists Association wɔn Press Freedom Night no ɛbɛba so. Now, I'm say a basso, chief of staff, Ebeko Jumedie no ase. Sana minority leader, Afenyo Marken, Ebeko Jumedie no ase. Now, we aban kasama for Felix, Kwachi Ofosu, mpanimfo nyina ede wani munyam Ebeko Jumedie no ase. Na omo ahwe ama no ayefe. Fifi Kweti, the General Secretary of the NDC, and odi nkomo say, party fo a mo de ye ba ban mu de mo pa ni tumi no obesra mu omo kwa apro no omo ka kire nkrofo a yeto aba ma won ne se wo mo beboa omo ama omo asetena mu ayemre ose mfa mo ani nkosa adwuma no so na munyai se tumi nko na mo nam a mo pe no enkomo anope ye ne udi ye Sam George asem no Daily Analyst de atum ose sese de na also person oye ho panim bone na abehwe niema obi anim se ni sa wo hwa fa dance ye bra anye saa panimfo no so se Sam George se wanya de wo ye no a wonso ojejiriji anopei Daily Analyst nkomo no minim ni aka ye de beka ho but if isa abre ku ya obetimi ne ye di nkomo on 020 633 4646 020 633-4747. Kovi.
Over. Let's end our newspaper review with the News Center newspaper. And then we start with June 3rd disaster victims cry to Mahama over justice upon 11 years on. And also claims against ECOMS false. Ghana Link challenges detractors to provide evidence. Mixed signals expose. Government over anti-LGBTQ plus bill. That's a minority on that statement. Also, Genset condemns misogynistic attacks on Akusia menu. And also the last story says that Lane Oseibunsu, quiet revolution in girls empowerment. All of these stories on the front page of the News Center.
Ebra ye twen so be frɛ na enkomo a ye de ato anim na opɛ wo be kyerɛ adwen wɔ ho no ye de ewie the News Center enkomo a efa adwumaku a wo mo e ka kyerɛ Ashanti Regional Minister sɛ wafa na afofra enye akosua manu so ene ma aka no the News Center mu anopɛ saa na mfie be ye duba ko achi awerɛhosɛm a esiye June 3rd no ɛho asɛm with the News Center mu yeni nkomo yi na yedi nkomo a na ye kasa minority say LGBT nkomo no yenhwe na yenhwe ni ye Ajawusu. Hello Ajawusu.
Hello Mimi Kojo.
Yes, I no pay me to come here you.
Ayo, mami fa wakonya wesu kojo na menchi ache mana na kwasi statement change. Kojo mami nka bi emfa minority sema wo mu eka na apanyo market efa LGBT no eko ensem no. Dada no a wo mu pass no EPP time no na apanyo market no se enyo. Enu nti ebe kufu ado se ma wo mu nsa di mfa mre no kura na le buopu. Atibu mu mfa makura no mfa nsa ensa asie. Na sadia na that time afanyo market no kwada mo yesa na enye no eno ana wasi eno yankofa sadia na ansa emra davida ekobasa akojo na afanyo market wo ya ye de hu bia bro ni ewo na dia wo dia PP pro na kwado wo begu PP no so hu because wo sata mo na kwado si sa be na wo mu apase no wo mra che be dwabo enye nti bo mu nsa de kura mfa mre no anda me di kura mu because me di mu kura won fa no sa asie na abawo ya ba no wa ya amendment wo na se akoyi a wo si anyu nya ndo mo fa dada no enti mo he abanyo ma ka zu ma hu se ma ba na gu ma bi no go bia ko no bi mu enti no matter what nkotombo a mo pete guta am pampa so because ya yi mo reject dada reject ndi ye yi ru kura che why you want to say a drunk one of which because you said that then no who be condemn in Facebook page at the door as a sadia na eba no enye na nya no obi aba no aye ntatra ye wo mu a eno so wo say wo mpe ye na wo si e wo mu na enye no kwa ye fu so a eno so wo si buai ko ti ankoti kwada masa mo pe mo ba bi ntina na ye enjoy aba papa ba ojo me dance
Yes, say that's it. Anopay. Na eno nso nkomo a yedi kovi
Over.
ye hwe di mu se nkofo be kira adwen efa de Sam George kan fatal
Hello, Zinia.
net say
Hello, Zinia. Good morning.
Fatal bien dio
Ya me shira mo pa. Me fa ko ye shira be cha en national chairman wo to me chairman ba ko pe. Ne cha lawyer Tribune Justice Kodia. Ya me shira no. Asema yesi NDP no why QQ. Senior Jesi na tasari kwa mempe tasari kwa kwa Oze Emra yewa John Dramani Mahama yo opposition leader NDC for Omusi Ghana for to abamu omudi omuba busum mensepe omba tani sa adekro na samadi na asamko na tisia mi no kase Ghana for to abamu 1 year busum eltian yo Wontimi sign adekro let's say dia mu kai mon kan kreo I was said that for some be the young John Dramani Mahama. And some Rabia, and now some young Rabia politics too. The senior Ghana has to observe on the party still on mine. You say you were John Dramani Mahama or the NDC in Ghana. You were NDC Dr. or the NDC on mine. And some Rabia, you know, on mine home.
all right ye da se anopay yan kwatapa Ernest
Yeah.
obani ye ni nkomo
Mama Achim.
ye joso
Mumu yedi.
yehu ani ye hwefo
Yankopo asi. Anape kaka meka o ya moka no June 3rd. Some de abatumi ade ma memfa ho na menka nsu na asam kakra. Eno kwasem ne eya na medi NDC aban ho ya. Ni MPP nipa nanso enoma binti eya medane mensa to abama NDC. Na ade ba kwa mehu ni se MPP fo betimi apagya ade na beso boom. No ma ya troka. Meanwhile no na NDC in a two foundation no. Free education ukomu pa NDC aban necessary. But MPP fo ba pagya ehu enoma papa bi afunu bai. June 3rd amane hunu eto Ghana na ya dia na eya roho papa afibia ye ka ho asem ensunso ya afibia to na se mioma enti masra ndi se senkom betimi etu anamo bi a Ebema Ghana yen kai say said ya ene free education MPP di abama ye ka anu kwa anye papa na omunso munhwe no muntu saa na mo no man because nso ne brata kwa behwe takwata school exam sa mo tro no enye adwuma en run ende kola ni ntumi ntwe exams sika ben na ni takwa go face gag omutumi to adan enye 10 enye 100 enye 200 dan kromua nini atra krobi ne kase be te se mankasim man si fitimi to etuaka etu gold esan ko sisi adan foforo be e de maomo nti insure na ha school kakra nti the mining companies omuntimi nya kwadwuma Mr. Munkebi Maye, Mention Hardy, NDC, Ama, Ocean of a Bibim, Many Asandaho, and my so if you want no qua, yet Mia Carbon, it didn't say, Name so high, na Mamma Tinia so Anamaye, Madam Wasi.
Yes, that's an pay a hana, yadi phone in segment, no ABC COVID.
Over.
And Ra, officially Liverpool made an announcement.
Yeah.
That's there.
And a slot call.
On the sea, Jano
Quanco.
They say there.
And only, I mean, Naira, on Abba.
Or no, Naba.
On Abba.
Now, a man for say the type of football, because now almost any other competition, Untina, you say a yano, Titrune, Liverpool for almost legend, yeah, on the Uncomobi Obedibino.
Hey, Karaga.
Karaga say, man, no, say, or competition baby and son obenya challenge but say semenyo can say coach no omo rest you omo training consistently
hard working
and I said there omo si bre no so omo bo competitions baby and son e between the asama
bro
yeah kwan obefa so obey say weekend na Madrid also and some e wo ho se e beto abase e
butu
eno na me ka kire o say saa asem no akwa ne na ma o keke kam Man City for no ni benya asem what is Man City
for omo ne asem omo say wa ntwe na no ansan omo
de ma ye na ye homra busia for na afia agudie mu nsem no ye mfa mre wo fache television the nkomoni nyina o fa ne ha afi wakuti di aka no aka ho vas mache na wapomu na wa shade wo so a o mani pai ma me yen nkoso a wo se da yo yate anope ya krado yenim se nkomo no aholo no a enra France for no yenim se na omo twetwetwe omo nan se be omo bitimi abo World Cup ni yie dia but enra na nkomo no ha dwen kakra yentiem
Bella sum say ba so me din no e de Benjamin Jemfie Kwioko betimi afrem Ricardo Vaz me ginam enso atimi da ma Abu Diabe na afi me de amona ne afi 79 no enso atimi aba be so mo na ewuram wa amona ne a ensem bebre ho aye de mu nsem no e de beto anim sanso na afi 70 no e de nsem bebre e de beto anim Blasters camp nsem efiri ho ba Black Queens enso nsem efiri ho ba na afi Steven Apia yam former Blasters captain ono enso etime di nkomani na no ede mu nsem beso mene enso ewo dwumadi ne so Benas ejina akiri epiepia ne maso amanema ni na no enso etime akoyi a yenso ya no aya de ne yede nsem no enso etime bro yeni nkomo no na yen starting from free opani a your friend eye Mark Ado Ubram or the Ghana Football Association akachi no na ye vice president a wahwe na bibia no enso etimi koyi wadi nkomo na fa yam Blasters ne ho any World Cup 2026 a yeko nyakwa akobona sei na Mark Ado ene nsem etuda.
What we can say is that we keep praying for the team and we wish them well. We are praying definitely that they'll go to the World Cup and definitely make us proud. I'm very confident that they will do that. We just everybody should pray for them and with the best of luck to our team because I believe that from our side, from the FA side, and from all the football stakeholders in this fraternity, we are all behind them. Anything that we have to do to support them to achieve the laurels at the World Cup, we are doing it. And it's also important that the whole nation rally behind them so that they can bring glory to the nation.
And no, I didn't someone Mark Ado, just omo the Ghana Football Association akachi de omo ye bibia within their power. Sebeboa amanoma enso atimi akoyi nto omo hwe se my friend Ghana nso e de omo support enso no omo ho beta ya kire na ne wani na no enso atimi akoyi da my your friend Bla Ghana na afi Blasters no enso atimi abo no omoden World Cup na sia na se o cheche mu e che na no pai e de bi eto anim enso e wo dwumade ne so na yemfiri ho na afi yenwuram enso wo yem former captain akachi na afi yenim komo enso e ho emfamre wo dia ye na enim se uwuram e wo Ghana ha nipa ba ko a obo no homoden ewo 2006 and World Cup qualifiers money ade ade a wantimi akobi no abrantia your friend Likins no wadi nkomo e de afa abrantia na wantimi anko angwa kusi akan World Cup na say no den 7 no atoyeni.
Go ahead, that's where Likins went to defend me and then that thing pain us till now. I mean, what he did for Ghana, his role and everything, it always pained me that Likins he didn't play the World Cup. Yeah. It is because he deserved to be there. And you see, 2010 when we went to South Africa, yeah. That's where, because we didn't understand the rules and everything. So when Rooney was banned for 2 matches, but still England took him. And then after 2 matches, he started to play. If we knew, like, we would do the same thing for Likins, but we didn't. I mean, some of the players, like, we will fight. Like, no, they have to take him because his contribution, if he was in the team, the performance will be better. It will be better.
He's still very hurt by it.
I know, because what he has been through. I remember 2008. At the point, they have to put a meat. Yeah, on his foot to play when we played AFCON here. So we have players that they have sacrificed. It's not everything that we want to come out to. It's past and gone. So we don't want to bring it back for people to. But we.
No, I don't someone. I am former Blasters captain Steven Tornado Apia. And the two just a besine. And that's why ya sa branch of and lie. Went to me room World Cup as now. Konem so when ya ban kaka. Not no munim. Say na yitimi the player corner the ade because when Rooney in 2010 England fought nearby after 2 matches and near ban no obesi against no munim pa come for second company for fan so ogidi ese besine and aso yo mo ya ogidi ese neoma players ni bia form na mo ya friend Ghana no aya na ya sensemi say no enso timi course wa enimu 7 de ma na no pay enso e wo dwumade ne so among for time busa say World Cup no the benefit no the my friend Ghana no sign the city na opania your friend Steven Tornado Apia being the former captain for your Blasters no Edin Komo and for benefits at World Cup no at the my your friend Ghana.
After the World Cup, even though I was playing Champions League and all that, but I noticed that the World Cup can put you in the different level. We see players like Seedorf and the rest because they were playing the Champions League, winning the Champions League, playing the World Cup. So, I mean, when you are playing the league, maybe 20,000 people, 80,000 people, 100,000 people are watching. But the World Cup, you have billions of people watching you. So you have the visibility. People who know who is Steven Apia, people who know who is Michael Essien. after the World Cup, I went to Mykonos, and at the airport, everybody was, we saw you on TV. Oh, you were the captain. So that's why they say World Cup. That's why when you see top players like Ibrahimovic and the rest, they don't qualify for the World Cup. They cry like babies because every player wants to be there. Yeah. So it gives you some, mileage.
And no, and then someone Steven Apia and so to two just say World Cup no dey one kobia players ni betimi so no bo Ibrahimovic man din say so man timi an qualify for World Cup na no mu super na World Cup no kona we player e ma that mileage be be for bia no ye hu sam pa so asi e na eba na o chichim say wo bo league mu ni ade a bia nipa kuma bi e na ye hwe na mu nya ko World Cup ne dey bia do na be si bia no e be sa manfo hu sa so asi na eba ya e boa e ma players no and so mileage bia ono enso de mu nsam to dwa de ma na no pay enso e wo tumade ne so no sa di nkomo bi na ne nkomodie no na odi mu nkomo se o kansam bi e de kire baby jet Asamoah Gyan na asam kura o kan e de kire Asamoah Gyan no sei na Steven Apia e kan de kire.
No, so as you can see, even though I'm talking, I like to do gestures, like that's how I talk. When Jan missed the penalty, we got to the penalty shootouts. So Jan came to me and said, Stephen, can you play? Can you play the first one? And I was telling him that no, I'm not going to play. Be confident, and I know that you are going to score. So go and play. So when I was doing this, because of the whatever happened, people interpreted it in the wrong way that I was warning. But at that point, that pressure, the person was very, very down. That's where I have to go and warn him. No, that's not my style. I would never ever do that. I would never ever do that.
And one question a man for person on busa Steven Apia yepa and a senior colleague opinion I read TJ and so to me busa na say sa guest na oye e de kira Asamoah Gyan na samben na wo ka no si w yes no man warning no na mum na wo ka kira say confidently on kononko first penalty no after say na wa say ni initial penalty na ode mu nsem e de air trade me na no pay e de mu nsem no enso etimi ma no wa sa di nkomo biem e da fa yam blasters no so message bi e de ma yam blasters na say e na opani ne kan e de cha yam blasters no.
I will tell them that it's their time, and that's the right moment. The moment has come. They should take it. They shouldn't play with it, because we have seen players who play with it and now they are paying for whatever that happens. And this particular time, I think, with because 2006 there was no social media. So with social media, you have to take advantage of any chance that you get. That's what I'm going to tell them. At first, they have to know that they are playing for African continent. So wearing that shirt, they should know how important is the shirt, and they should fight for everything to achieve something. I will tell them that it's their time.
Steven Tornado Apia and Swaka and actually Omaya friend Ghanaian Blasters players omoko into the World Cup no. Omo se we no e yakonya so metimi aye no maye na social media way back na enu na social media ho tuko na aye no maye msententem so e betimi ahu na no mani na no enso etimi akoye dem aye monwram e Blasters camp na afie ni nkomo e Blasters camp ne din nkomo Blasters camp dia mranche no ekowura mu enso e wo eye US no na hwese no ma enso sikwa mame omo nchem no na ni nkomo no enso enfront way e Blasters players omo enso etimi ahete de gym a na me no mani na no enso ekoye edemo mo ahwa training no enso ekoso omo enso betwi bicycle no etwi omo enso behwe na for mother ho tinti omo church omo sisi no omo na no enso press up ene ade enso etimi ekoso ani na no nioma eto odwa enso Blasters camp a bidemu nsem no ede ma wone enso dwumade ne so na urom Blasters camp bi Alidu Seidu enso ne Kojo Opon say celebrations no ene ade enso etimi koso a anti training ni na no ene wani gusu a wo hwe enso Blasters camp a no mani na no enso ekoso ho amrante na kire say omo enso aye ready a bibia no enso betimi akokoso a edemu nsem no ade so mene enso dwumade ne so na of course say SM ewura ba bia na say den ya say dancing moves no enso betimi agbaso ne ade na Benjamin Asare no say munsem no enso betimi dancing moves no nya de mamia na say nka obrante no enso asane ade no yetimi ma hwefo enso etimi ahwe kakra no yes nti Benjamin Asare no of course oduru ba bia we say onua enso atimi aba mi asa no kire ma me fele ne kakra Entiano Benjamin Asari na so wura mu Blasters camp dem say enye easy kra am say sisi wo no ba be entertain am to say number 1 na say ogina ni say na nyama nya obesa asare na mom the antics any acrobatics em say Benjamin Asari you know em say nyama try em say obesa akọ injury no any say the nsensam no toja Blasters camp a me mu sem ni na no e ma wo ene enso e wo dwumade no so na Antoine Semenyo wura mu World Cup na say me say we are one of our darling boys here, but we didn't come out and so on come out, you know, say, and Antoine Samayo at that.
My mum and dad, they never really mentioned anything about England. Obviously, living in England, you get the conversation, oh, you should represent England, but it was never a conversation I ever had, really. Ghana came in at, 19, when I was 19, 20, so I was never going to turn it down. For my family, oh gosh, it means a lot. Just cheering on Ghana and they're cheering me on, and yeah, it's great support, and yeah, just love every moment. It's a dream come true, to be honest. There was a lot of talent in the previous Ghana sides, but I feel like now it's coming in with abundance. There's so many positions that we've got covered. There's so much talent in there. I feel like when we do come together, it's such a special group and just endless talent, and I feel like we can shock a lot of nations, and we just need to prove to the world that we can be up there and compete with everyone else. I feel like that's the only question mark now. So once we do that, that'll be the story, bro.
I know someone Antoine Semenyo and so to on choosing for Ghana. So we see a kind. I don't remember from Ghana or church. I'm saying, a mini a lot to them. I'm saying, you money now and so the previous Ghanaian size and the quality and the woman at the idea when you're Kenya will see a kind. And I am Blasters. Them say I need to 70 more no, and I've been a bootia or no and to me free no, and then someone Antoine Semenyo at the 2 jam, them 7 and so at Black Queens and so. Yeah, no, my stage camp and so home and so I know when that to me a queen open here. Your friend of Kim Kaakyire, no, your head coach and a man or no answer when come up and for new players are mobile Black Queens and a hour or more and so a copy.
So there have been a few new players into the group. I started before the Black Queens camp with a local camp. And we saw some talent players for sure. We gave the opportunity to a couple of them. And also we gave the opportunity to Linda Wusu that have been doing pretty well or really well in the under-20 national team. And now has signed with Toronto, so we took her for Canada, back to Ghana again. Also we have Diana from...
Kim Lias Kaakyire and so say Maria no me for frono or and so a copy no money nano a koi and so to more Kim last as I didn't come up him at a far preparation so far.
Great to be back with the girls. You can see that they have missed each other as well. So amazing energy. There have been really good trainings from the first day. Normally the first training day is a little bit slow because many have traveling. This time, of course, less because a big part of the group were already here in Ghana. So I think we saw it already in the first training. It was a higher tempo than normally the first day, and since then we have just been growing and better and better.
I know, and then someone came last and so the 2 jar. Edemo 7 Edemo say preparation no there e koso kakra man Mariana buy to say break kakra and so it me be na ma control ni ada nemom nyuma ni na no enso ekoyi Edemo 7 and so it me to da na emrantie bi omo ya Ghana fo enso ebo omo moden e wo Kenya no ma ni na no ekoyi Edemo CK Akono former captain for the Blasters, your former coach Edema Blasters no coach asa no got kakra coach has folk money nano and the other room Kenya 7 no say no and I'm penning for and so it me name say or no and a coach of the season after say or they go ma here and so it me J Omo and so Premier League na the award for fair in the crown opening and so a try and dress it for fair or no and so the Demon 7 and so at the Emma big congratulations to him so what me about no what is no general and so a branch here your friend Enoch Morrison enso timi bo no modern a ono enso timi akwakoje Kenyan Premier League MVP after Gomahia enso timi G League na timi se mrantie no anase opani a ye friend no Sika akono ene Enoch Morrison abo moden amanyoma enso timi akoye dia mo a ye de congratulations kese ene mo for that wonderful display a omo enso timi ko ho e display di mu nsem no enso e de to no fisam ne dos nanso yenwram e won krofon kro so na afie ni nkomo kakra enso ho mfama de a na so be ya magic na afie wa hwehwe nim enso timi no yan start enfam free results a eno enso timi toja wo games ahodo a eno enso ba so friendly matches ahodo a teams no ahead of the World Cup no Northern Ireland sheba koma Guinea enso entimi anti Samsung Slovenia sheba koma Cyprus enso timi sheba ko Andorra mienu ma Liechtenstein enso etimi anche bi Samsung Sweden mienu ma Greece enso etimi mienu Spain sheba koma Iraq enso etimi sheba ko na France enso sheba koma Ivory Coast enso etimi mienu for the first time no Ivory Coast enso etimi di nkunim over France eno ene nsam kakra fi ho ba Czech Republic and as a Czech no miensa ma Guatemala enso kanu ba ko na Mexico eso kanu mako enum ma Serbia enso timu ba ko no ene students nsem si ko ya me mu sam ne de ma we ne enso e wodwuma de ne so Singapore ne China bebo sanso na Pakistan ene India bebo Belarus ne Syria bebo na Georgia enso de Bahrain bebo Slovakia Montenegro Moldova Bulgaria Russia ne Burkina Faso na San Marino enso ene Bangladesh enso betimi aba yede mu sam no ade Hungary ne Finland bebo Azerbaijan ne Malta bebo sanso na Angola ene Mauritania bebo na Paraguay ene Nicaragua bebo ena Puerto Rico enso ne Saudi Arabia na Canada enso ene Ireland bebo a eno ene nsensem kakra fi ho ba me de to ani me ne enso e wodwumade ne so na Ivory Coast sha omanya ye friend no France no na atimu se emrantie mienu a omo enso nuafo a na omo enso esi akan ho no mani na no enso atimi koyie de mo brantie a ye friend no say duwe osina kan de mo atimi ye friend Paris enyimo no eginam de ma France na fe ni nua ye friend Gulani duwe enso esina kan mo manya ye friend no Ivory Coast na ni nua no bogo na hwe de saduwe no te de say duwe ti bench na ohwe ne bra no se ohwe de ti o my friend France atimu say Syria no enso ne timo na nimu a na no mani na no enso etim ekwena game ne ba na we ye no se mrante ne mienu enso etimi hia o park na so atimu say na se we fam ne yonko na we afam ne yonko se we no wa bra bebe 2010 no na branch friend Kevin Prince what is na kan e de o my friend Ghana na afei ni nua boaten enso sina kan Jerome boaten sina kan e de o my friend German nem se no a na timi to dwa enayi me de mu nsensem no enso e de so mene enso e wadwumade ne so entantam so jemfiri oni ani nkomo wonsam from ni edi nkomo wonsam from dia abrantie a je fe no Chomani sina kan e de ma Real Madrid boko no se France no dinamo a ono enso sina kan enso ho na say they are keeping working. They are going to keep working to make sure say on met World Cup national no enso ready.
On a une séance encore demain, l'euphorie, de la même manière que ouais évidemment ça fait chier de perdre ce match là mais on va continuer à travailler, on a une séance encore demain, on a un deuxième match de préparation, je suis sûr qu'on sera encore meilleur et comme je l'ai dit on sera prêt contre le Sénégal.
Enti abrantia e friend Chomani say omo training session ne omebo omo ho na afa bibia no enso atimi akoyi omo game a omebo against omo e friend Senegal ne be du ho na omo ye ready omo be ginam amane wani na no enso atimi akoyi e de amo omo no ene nsam kakra fi ho ba me de tuo ne me ne enso e wadwumade ne so Lucas Hernandez ono enso e player e de mo my friend France ono so atimi adi nkomo na wo hwe ne nkomo na odi na o say they are not on top of their game na mom omo be koso omo agwa hoboa so na afa be du se omo be bo e de achi omo friend Sénégal non mais 100% ready so meko agwa ko dina masiaka.
Prêt, on est à 100% et
avec des champions, vous sentez comment vous les Parisiens qui n'êtes pas arrivés le
bon, nous physiquement au top, on n'a pas eu de jours de repos, alors on est prêt, on est à 100% et si le coach ou l'équipe ont besoin de nous, de moi-même personnellement, on est prêt.
Comment vous expliquez
ano anen Samoa branch friend Lucas Hernandez and so etimi two dwa me mu sam no e the amount we duwe for ni mienu and hu say after the game no na so mo enso abomu ho a omo enso esresre ne ade a me mu sam no e the ma wona enso e wadwumade ne so na one picture na say etimi adi atrantwie enso won tentan ne so pa e branch a ye friend Ryan Charity wabra as a France mpanimfo ekosa the national team no ye hu say no whatever bi popotua bi am say picture bi and what kuntu musa na manfo say na branch e fa no cherky na den ne ba ya who twa picture na se wa po ho kakra bi na wo hye ba bi sa na o se da bi o aya na im se mo no ha ti picture na da so hwe a eye cherky na che eye minister bi nchanya wa po ho kete sa wo hye na manfo bi tan se opani na den na wo twa picture se wa pose o pose yin enche da enye ba bi no se mo no aya na mo nche da ntino ma bi ase o osi we no a matter of respect o aya dia na ogina minister nchen this ogina minister nchen a eni kwa so ya above the minister nti na say otimi enso eye less of the minister nti eni kwa so ogina tenten sente so pon ho ketua bi enso otimi hye ba mtimu amoka ase ni pose na nye papa na ase na wo yo uncomfortable osi dabi enya sa na sitie na ogina minister nchen ti na so pon ho kakra na ase nyoma ni na no enso etimi ekoyi a eno ene nsam kakra branche no enso ade tudwa na no pai bidimu nsam no ade somo enso ewo dwumade no so entantam so yento aso ni ani nkomo de a ye that's what France hwa na ye keka no bom no enso timo ho no Ryan Cherky say emi say nyoma ankoyie amfa mo against omo ye friend France nemom omo ba World Cup na say aba be kire wiase na so omo no omo eni mbo ne bo betima aba be World Cup na de so na nemom omo ba World Cup na say omo fans to mutim say omo eni ye favorite a omo ba be World Cup nemom omo ba aba ye de omo betimi aye na phenomena na no enso etimi akoye de amo a eno ane nsama Cherky de tudwa na no pai bidimu nsam no enso ade eto anim na uram enso was Spain game a omo enso ni Iraq enso team boy na yese cameraman bi eyade a oye ya tum sa branch fen Lamine Yamal no na ese wo sresa wa bra na oti bench ho a eno ene nsensem kakra fi ho ba me de eto na se obenya eye abranch fen no eye Lamine Yamal video no enso atimi e de amamia team no ni na Iraq team no obia be so Lamine Yamal enso atimi twa picture utimi so Lamine Yamal wo no we yaba kre no we twa picture na se we yaba na se kre no we twa picture na we yaba kre no we twa picture se de na no ada esi ya na Panama ene Brazil ebo na obia be so ne Neymar enso twa picture no sabia ene course wa bra na se obia pese woni a branch fe no Lamine Yamal enso atimi twa picture na no pai eno bidimu nkomo no enso ade so nwene enso ewo dwumadi ne so me wo Spain camp ne de minim komo o pani e fan Luis de la Fuente akache na afie ni komo o pani ne enso atmedi ko no say still there were 11 days to the World Cup amu ka na Iraq de bo be no mo bo na no mo bo draw bo be na o se me kanche mu na mo say still there were 11 days to the World Cup.
Esta nueva realidad es que después de 2 días parados tienen que de nuevo coger ritmo competitivo en un panorama internacional, en un escenario internacional que, insisto, en algunas ocasiones nada tiene que ver con la rivalidad internacional de clubes. Esto es mucho más duro, mucho más exigente y es normal que los jugadores, después de esa pequeña pausa que han tenido en una liga que han terminado muy
Ano ene someone say Luis de la Fuente and 20 minutes to judge say mo kan na Iraq o ti de munyanto wase you 11 days to the World Cup hombeko akwa bobo mo che say ne ombe wuram enso e wo United States of America na fa hoboa no enso etimi akoso a ano ene someone Luis de la Fuente eno ede tuja bere mu sam no enso ede mawo na wuram e wo Brazil so be say ensam bebre e koso one say ewiase no obi a ade a wo ya ogidi say e ma na lack ni ade na Brazil fo ngidi say so mo penti the principal street of a year omo enso kurom ho a emo mo da good luck a omo enso betimi edade World Cup te wuram our Brazil sami na okasai na okọ eye street bi ti say street e wo Rio de Janeiro a e ade 100% omo penti ba bi omo di ese we no betimi mo luck a betimi aboa ama World Cup no mo enso etimi aba be dia me mu sam no enso ade so wone enso e wo dwumade ne so na branch e fa ne Neymar no e me say yese obehye indoors na afei watimi aye preparation to what recovery no na oye training oye physio ya man game kakra omo ene ade a eno ene sam kakra fi ho ba me de eto anim wa bra team no enso epia kwakobo friendly games no enya ade a Neymar enso betimi ade o machi a Neymar no ono enso be wo indoors na afei ya man PS5 kakra games kakra nto oye physio na kakra na obra na se Neymar akọ na akobo game ne kakra na se bibia no enso etimi ekoso de man report ne kire se ombebo omo first game no ya ade anhwe abranche no enso betimi aye ready nyesa so a omo 2 games at twice World Cup na se wabra omo enso esi akan no ya ade bibia enso betimi akoyi a eno ene nsam kakra fi ho ba me de mu nsam no enso ede eto anu ti Brazil training no ene wani gu so a wo hwe enso e wo dwumade ne so eyade a wo hwe lineups ahodo a ebebe ba ene said yes hand we no the principal street of Brazil na tumi say ya penti ho a ne omani na no enso etim ekoye da mo no ene nsensem kakra fi ho ba me de mu nsam no enso ede to anu me ne enso e wo dwumade ne so na so obenya Brazil lineup na yetete say betimi nti say no ena Brazil no lineup no yetete say ansha ebetimi aye mo games ahodo mo enso betimi aba a ochemu a emisa branch friend ye Leo Pereira enso ejina Maquin ojinam Wesley jinam Sansona Douglas Santos Casimiro Bruno Gomares jinam Ryan jinam Rafinha Vinicius Junior and afei Aigo Thiago enso ejina ma che system ni dia na se we no eye 4-2-4 formation na emisa attack as mako and 9 it say all attack Brazil chewa with match of 16 with match of 20 na se bibia no enso etimi koye e de mo no na ne nsam kakra fi ho ba me de eto ani me ne enso e wadwumade ne so na ma din komo enso e Brazil camp awie no e yade a miwuram enso wa Argentina na afei makwako din komo kakra enso e Argentina okwe e ya no ma enso asiko e Argentina ne mpotamu a e me say Argentina team no enso e ye train na Messi enso tututu me kan kakra ho a me de mu nsam no enso de so na no pai enso e wadwumade ne so na uram enso ewo eye Morocco a omo enso timi omo first training enso ewo United States of America ohwe the way training no enso timi course so ene the way na intensity no enso timi so na se no mani na no enso timi koye mranche no ehwe se no mani na no enso betimi koye e de amomo a eno ene se the city na mami wa bro mu wie ya na so omo bo omo nsam e de ma fans a omo ba enso be support omo gidi se omo ba ne yayi ne support omo de ma omo no e yade no mani na no enso timi ginagina yi a me de mu nsam no enso e de ma no madi okay any e beriche eze enso what cap preparation ya dia e kokoso ne ade a bilimu sam no enso e de eto anim sam ne de egu ha dewa owura ye frɛ no eye Florentino Perez gidi nkomo e de fa Vitinha mo ho odidi nkomo de fa Mourinho enya the opportunity and I say power to bench eye players nda no wadi nkomo e de fa nemom enmene ma me kwan ma me fa sanse mi na emfa nto ani medi no e de Benjamin Jemfia Kwiokun betima from Ricardo Vaz me ne begina mu enso e de ma bodia bede afi sem ne wane 79 no eba so mo Benaz eye production fa enso ewo ho na afi Julio staff mafa enso support ye Abu Diabe support ye Habib the special one afi Luther King enso support ye madwumadi no enso etimba nyame pa awia ye behia ye de mo enso etimba to ani nyame pa ye behia Daybreak
any other bro of Fache Television. So our guest this morning is a former chief executive for the Obuasi Municipal Assembly, a former Ashanti Regional Minister, former Deputy Minister for Chieftaincy. He is the current board member of CBG. The name and doors won't AGC. For those of you who are into sports, Ashanti Gophers and so on, a bit about the sports we'll discuss. But largely the conversation this morning is about the second coming of His Excellency John Dramani Mahama, the reset agenda, no, how is it on course? The Council of Elders of the party issue statement. That statement, the Honorable Alexander John Obna Akon.
Good to see you.
Yes. I'm excited that you are here.
Yes. When you say you'll find a way to get me. It's Bedasi.
Yes, Bedasi. Nkakrakra say you see free monase. The akwanya no ba na ye pesi ye di nkomo a mo ho no de say ye mo an di nkomo
ase.
Ya mo akwa baba fa chetele.
E da kojo me so pa na me che tie for no wa hwefo nyina.
Yes.
For this occasion I'm there by her first.
Yes.
Positions I na your interest be okra nkonfo na kikashim. But I had my length of 15 gender, children, and social protection.
Children,
and social
protection move.
I want me almost 2 years. Mine was very interesting. And so one day I need to put JM down to tell me something about myself.
Wow.
The thing is, the first time about ministerial position, but when I'm a municipal chief executive,
yeah.
So it was 2009 to 2013. Out of the blues, to be honest to you. And I invite him to Deputy Minister of Chieftaincy and Traditional Affairs. It's also part of the story, just 2 stories. Because only the not here, Dr. Dana, they're not here, Minister now.
Yes.
Those are vision impaired. So also to add on to my experience, because they may call first me here and say, I know the volumes of correspondence I may handle as a chief executive. So me call also Minister, how are you? It didn't come up fine. So I want to help you in handling your comments. If you're ill in the morning, you want him to come or in the evening. Not one or say, as a deputy, you say, yes, sir. You think I've not been doing my best? Also, I'm going to say, I'm not going to say,
yeah.
And before you came there, no, so you want to help. So you are doing the sympathetic side of it. And it's almost comfortable. Because our ability was and our disability as well. I don't to my experience. That was the first one. The second one is the call now under the first Mama administration, not that they be offended deliverables. Or they are all the ministries. And what he did was that for a timetable for presentation, how you are going to achieve those deliverables. In the time ministry be a echo. Now because the economic management team be all. That party executives need be or not so be one vice president to be our chief of staff economic team Dr. Nata Cadmus and they win. Inti one of the chieftains thereby it was for the minister of course and I've not been there for too long because that's about 2 weeks or so in the side of the basso. The one of the letter by the time so one man they say the next day or 2.
Or PMA defense.
A defense. Some resemble on change by Yakum. But my office one, the directors in the bar, some letter, almost the message about say, I say a PowerPoint presentation. Obviously, minister to me, and when I said, I'm say, what are you saying? You see, I'm Bible. Let me go to your presidency. Let me call your presentation of your deliverables. I said, I'm possible catch me. Minister, I didn't do it. This is a wow. Some of the documents, every me. And as much as I could. And they call one afternoon. They do one penny for my the president is as usual last person to come. But okay, minister, go ahead. And I'm sorry. President, I'll be doing the presentation. The minister will take the questions. So I did the presentation. In the real questions, I called back to the office, and all the directors of the ministry came. They don't know how I managed to do that presentation. So this year, another experience from my side, how to handle disability, and as I be prepared to say, the better work ones will be an to me, I handle. But the other side of it, they say, just about 1 year, only 13. One Thursday evening, I call on a security phone. There was no name. So I say, just about 1 year, the president has decided to do some alignment of ministries. That's what the statement the person said. Anything you hear, don't panic. Over here, so I call because maybe say who the person was. I suppose it could be and then Atuguba, executive secretary. Okay, but maybe Sano. It was a Thursday. But the Friday, no my reshuffle. There were 3 of us. Akwesi Fosu, no local government minister. And Labi, the deputy minister of defense. Yes. And I was the deputy minister of chieftaincy and traditional affairs. Now we will replace it. But if I go baby, when I'm in crowd, baby, don't baby, na madam for be friends. Say by third delegate. I'm so mean. Said that everybody said that I talk. I said any koto. Because the 3 pictures now out. Front page. And for man go baby, but you replace it. Okay, na bu befi, we no fit tampo. Yeah. No, if you agree, it will replace me. Into that on the picture. And the course, you can imagine. After who have been catch, I ended up telling the boys, don't panic. Don't panic. It's just only a catch. Into the Sunday evening, now about around 9. This time, the caller said, I'm Valerie Sawyer, office of the president. The president has decided to move you to Ashanti as a deputy minister. I was, madam, it was around June 2014. Madam, I've lived my life for in Ashanti region of Wazoo. But I've come here and taken me back. Because it's a well thought out program. Let's go and do what you can do. It took me somewhere in June 2014, around the wake up time. I came to Ashanti region. Yeah. Vividly. Because we drew not Santa Maria Trust and the minister for Sapon because Sapon was the regional minister. And that was not in connection with the Keditia project, not Oko Brazil. Like I said, well, by we're going to the food, we're not call that project. And I'll call in and say, Baka. If they're likely enough, I can get some normal measures straight out from Obuasi. I did it and came back and started working. As a deputy minister. And don't go for a car. Until right from there, I thought I was going to wake up. I was June, maybe. 28th of June, that same year. And the late Emisata, the Papa Swu, Cape Coast. So 28th of June, minister upon a coin. You come by, I'm so about it, no come was. I'm going to Saturday. I did check before I saw him before so. Babani called back immediately. I'm barely 2 weeks. in the region. As deputy regional minister. And my friends up and say, this is the what to be now as a ministry. So I called Prosper. He was then the chief of staff. And I say, the president says you come back to Accra immediately. And I say, come back to Accra. As we are going to the Ministry of Gender, Children and Social Protection. I don't want to deputies in Ham over there. That's the president decision. So immediately, I said, "Park for Ashanti." So there's somebody, I'm on the Kumasi General, somebody the Oyelita Nama Mami. And I called her. It was great. The voice, presentation, everything was fine. Contrary to the speculated issues about her. Oh, Honorable John, so when are you coming? I'm casting on my 2 weeks. Into 2 weeks, you know. And now, the day, a coin and a pa. The corner with Jeremy says, instead of sending him text to class, I should come out to 1:30. Into the corner, your initial introduction, it was upon I started, it was good. So I actually went to the ministry around July. But interestingly, my birthday is 29th of July. And that morning, my chef was at Kojo Marfo. And there was a meeting at an NGO for the coin, Oyelita the coin. It's a call, I'll do a better for one. I'll say, Honorable, you're traveling to US this night. I'm saying, Madam, I don't know what I'm talking about. I say, let's finish the meet. Yeah, real officer, I'm going with the social protection people. Talk. So I was going to ask her, how do you know semi officer? I'm going to buy it. It had to go home and prepare. Meanwhile, I'm in America time. I'm happy birthday.
And they didn't know you were coming.
No, I didn't.
And you also did not know you were going to the US.
Someone to take it to them. I'm not chief director. We didn't know who's the officer. I'm not going to make it out. Bofia and a parcel of cake buy from my baby. From Koyo. It was wonderful. So that night, I did change about New York. The from said, "Good, I should not do that." Not true. Not to do something for them, we know. Say, indeed, about New York. So how come you do not tell us? I'm sure I will explain later. But incidentally, that happened to my first time I made a call United Nations headquarters.
I see.
I've seen the building say so. I mean, Muda. So I'm not going to normal call such conferences. It was 5th open-ended session on aging. That to do with the aged people. And I had to now go and do my accreditation. There's an office opposite the headquarters. And they be on the first day. I think it was chaired by a Pakistani. You really know. Your point, mission for an buyer. I'm going to for and say, almost an African to chair the next meeting the next day. African, but they don't come, baby. My first time of coming to the conference. Yeah, come back, no, I'm the chief director about social protection mission. The open lady, Omaba. Honorable, you are chairing the meeting. So you guys, why do you do certain things?
Impromptu, Niamasa.
Why somewhere, sir? The Africans, they plenty. We have consulted all of them. They say Ghana should chair, you are chairing. But just I had to go and chair the meeting. And eventually, it was good. Oyelita was very proud. So I am experienced. So the experience is different. What happened at chieftaincy, what happened at gender ministry. Gender ministry, so exposure in policy direction for vulnerabilities. Indeed, before I could come to Ashanti region, there was a call conference on a preparatory meeting for head of states conference. And I had to go and represent the country. And on January 16th, and I'm a say, and over for Ashanti region. Indeed, Obikwa and a friend, congratulations. Let me say something. Let me say, I'm a chief director. He was behind me. Not on Terry. And I was eager kakra. And I'm fire my iPad. And I'm a ball Facebook to see if there's any news. I'm to say, Central Regional Minister. Congratulations. I will miss you for a year later. That's where I am.
So that's how you came to Ashanti region as regional minister?
Yes. Until the year in February, in the 28th February, 2016. And I swear, in the instrument of office. I'm a divide. More or less starting March 2016. The local record might be the person I in the shortest stay. I don't think so. And if he had a very 7 months.
And you had 9 months?
I had from practically 10 months.
10 months as regional minister, Ashanti.
Yes.
So looking at Ashanti region, it's a sense is man.
But to me, okay, from me to here down, also Ashanti region always has a story. And I keep telling all platforms because the open will be almost expressive, almost calm feeling na Ashanti region. Where they are, bad or good. And for us particularly, coming from the NDC, where they are better more of the bad, but that is the practical politics. But the individual people you meet in here, and are very interesting. That is the Ashanti region factor. So we no link it. No more to us here. They are very supportive. Very supportive. Very, very supportive. And we say, Ashanti region, apart from the Abaye Jumano, it's mainly run by the business class. I can't mention. We could take one of the contractors, guest venom. Everybody there is a full-time, well-made businessman. Contractors, youngsters, they're in the business. One also what? What a brave, be a brave, not to take a build. And that's the power because more younger, similar because of the contractor crowd. You find them doing contracts boldly, billions. And the one measure we now we are overwhelmed by the position now we wanna do. Yes. Who say a powerful say there are functions are almost a group B, high level B, or maybe a party in getting. They will discuss you. They will discuss you. I call about what to say. It's a way in your good show, how baby Anna, you find difficulty. Until you have a class of relationship. The good thing about now, and they say, call it goodwill, call it government performance. I'm not coming as a foreigner. Your time creating a love, I'm a party. Okay. Just say, because of your business people, there's almost the reality of business. But just say, those times are don't necessarily near there. So, no more think one more thing because one more the business. I mean, say, work out there at maybe 4 cities. Never got 10 cities. Have you mentioned the difference? It's in Pasua Crowd to my compressor when you're 60% at the Akawana. I mean, 6 cities. In top of into one cotombrano, no capital, a swat, but a quantum of a send rating Abaso. Into Kotoa, you can't get the same money to buy. It's a Uburu, or unless a Utum to that level, you bet which is not likely. They suffered. Interfere economy, almost feel the effect. Planning now easier, a business is doing very well. The business of who's up there, the complaints go down. Into a good rule, now a young woman abano, it changes drastically in the business class. Yeah, sure. It changes very well.
Contrary, there are concerns with pricing. They agree to say they work that the near year be a boko. But we hear Yantadia, Nema Stella, Sikano Mantentem.
Oh, yeah, Habo, oh, yeah, no manner Ebana, it doesn't show the same interest. But the only point an officer can say, and no man bonus one, say drastically the reduction in the exchange rate. I mean, maybe obvious in terms of the money, cement, now your own roads, now the building industry in the clear. But people were expecting say a Kobe be a cascading effect. It's a Kobe. And none and to me, I'm totally so. But the change say exchange rate here back home, inflation is another one. The kind of inflation now, normally I'm define is ability of the price of goods and services. Okay. It's over to me, and so to me at 6. Assuming say 10 cities, now about 9, now 8, now 7, now inflation because any stable. What you say? Any stable and more plan and no. What it means is that because every to me are cost Mamma fan for so and count prego. I say change ya me. It's not change the dynamics of the market. A moment I stable ne dear. Yobejiana obeji. Into the down effect, particularly food. And say how the interest was an encounter by people say a bro, a boo and dog. You see the other side of it. There's something about who's home for like Greek economics. What do we produce? What does it mean in terms of the price on the market? Two things. Price in the sense, all dollars a boost that those times, and that was the impression. A boost super boost on ya no must say change because you do more abroad this season. And my brother bore about from yes, answering your post harvest losses. The next year no must say change from a bull, no more different one. Now a group bonus so akosoro because production no a low. And that, but this time no that effect no anyhow. But production no abba. Entire now buy school for winter. That's what we have now. Last no because I didn't think of what for so or move. Them say why is available no go. They say we produce never, but the post harvest because one taking good economic decision. What the family should lose in the market. It's a a stabilization of prices on the market. It's about excess in the system at the core buffer stocker. Let the stability no ebeba. Farmers so invest. So it's a balance of the agricultural council. And dynamics are different. If you saw what we export, we also only the standard which we export there. Because for the buy the almost standard of pay. Or bunch almost standard of pay. It be almost as to one qualifier na encore. Encore sana there should be a local consumption. How much do we consume? They be see who your consumption level. When you who we are, no I say and they produce more. The major excess. They will take an area design what to do with the excess now. But we have to deepen the economic part of agriculture system.
Right. Now, Ashanti region common, Waka, that there's a certain law party because of government performance. For the current Ashanti regional minister, any party for no more Santeno, what else can they do to ensure say mobetimi the more increasing numbers are mobile maintaining figures are munyan?
So that's very interesting. So the first question, when I make a regional member manifesto committee, so they in a lot of experiences. We meet small scale miners, we meet herbal medicine producers, we meet a lot of groups. They have poultry farmers. Very interesting area. Ubia on the story or the back. And to also a do point to be the opponent can say any ideas into the visa. But when you go to the constitution, the back will say power rests with the people. The two consultants, they will tell you what they want. Now, Sunday they birthday a new manifesto. Like minister, number of ministers. They are different kind. So it implies say the original minister, we should not forget where we came from. In fact, he used to at the boy. We should never forget that one. We should go back to the book and see the factors are Ashanti region produce for the results and mark ourselves say whether we are achieving those factors or not. Business side, so it should be sustained throughout 4 years. First, I started and then for 4 years skeptical about say it will maintain. Yeah, but at this point, you can say maintain it because you're interested now. If you go to I can't say you're maintaining a process because IMF and now we are not taking loans yet we are able to develop the country. So there's something happening. Me, I've always maintained the Gofoka about Agenda 111 and other projects, new blocks abandoned there. There's something wrong at the center. Yes, center na make a mental center, near flat staff house or something. They say, or governance. The Kai Obama, the time president, or my NDPC, who can say like a PV and chairman, and chief executive here, Dr. Newmoy, Dr. Nino Thompson. Until can say, one near the economic wing of the country. Not finance and your finance. So, economic wing, they wouldn't think politically. What do we require? Until here, Agenda 111, I should be in a blueprint for this development. Okay, I'm launching 40-year development plan. And people say that also. But
that was in 2013, 2016.
Exactly. And also, there were 5 years, there were 10 years, they will be ever more. So we should make sure, say, NDPs, they are reform, they ensure institutional representation. There is a government to crown a chairmanship, and there should be a way of getting a chairman who can be assertive on the Jumana Obayeno. Yes, how we are the so we should go to the books. Or then show the way we perform. The last handing over notes are available. And at the end of power also are available. And currently with that development, what are the people saying? One of the strong sayings of governance was development at the district level. And government do say at a point, and sa above common fund too much. So let's give some liberty. Now I'm on development. One of the strongest points. That's why I say call assemblies. A year I can say for them to do something. So the direction for the government at the level of assembly in terms of open things, let's say, do the 24-hour economy. Let's see how it's going to progress. So what it means is that it doesn't matter where I go and come, maybe at all. And when you get that, there's an effect. Because China near there now, almost go up on things like those on the street working in now. Almost sit down and say a big one, getting. Then we'll say like small stores. No be to me, Akomobi. That is where it is getting to. Road due to our economy, those who are in the street, they should all be accommodated. I think they should not forget it. And that this business in the back home, no 1 year, I am fine. And that should be a direction. So they should be looking at where to get located for more economic benefit.
Yes, a 24-hour market in BBA for you.
Yes, if you look at those on the roadside. And can force abayi. No way say no way take it. So then there should something missing. It's for a market to accommodate all of them.
And we are convinced that Omo wa bonten say 24-hour market is there.
So that becomes the job region. The 1 year from the minister front about the way forward. And now what I've said that's there, then it will towards the realization into a starting time.
Have you heard about complaints if one community that the placing of the markets, they have issues with it?
I'm sure you're talking about the Dakobu one and you sorry and Rano. Yeah. District dynamics are different one from the other. Let's take Amy. Amy. What is happening home? What's happening home? And for Tafuat of in terms of Kumasi Amy, what is maybe any effect against any other person? Any issue, wherever you cite it, Amy will not get an issue. But when you go to the district now, comprises of towns and villages. Titan are critical. But again, both sides also have their considerations. Economic consideration, political consideration, and now business, economic, and more or less administrative. Maybe who see a beautiful place. But if you look at because if Jacoboa, by quite big, or what's a big, until you get a location to be an effect on business. Until we are concerned about location of the 24-hour market. But you should get to a place you should be inhabited immediately. Very critical because you will more experience of doing projects that will be in the panel. So I think we should be careful about location. Critical in management. Very critical management. Essentially where to locate it. I will tell you one of them. So back here, the issue of siting of the capital of Achimaka. Okay, a static for time.
Yes.
The minister was called Kojo
Dako, local government minister.
Yes. 1 year, no year airline. Every assembly has an airline for its establishment. 1 year airline, not today. And was. So the airline was for the capital of trade. And the trade for so we are the biggest in the district. It is what was solve there's some compromises there. And Fuansi. So Fuansi became a compromise capital. Look agitation nearby.
Very big.
Incidentally, look at that time number side. The people will go here. Woman change the airline. So the airline still had a name already. It's one DC. I'm not being able to say, Nkrumah Obesi District Assembly. One more about from traditional lecturers, we will retire lecturers near there. No producer airline, it's me. Yes, it's a legal fact. But because he has cited, let's do something. Go Obesi Assembly, Obesi of once. That was the thing. I saw it's a development issue. I told the DC, a so divided project between those towns now. But there was a chief there also on break. I called them. I went down by office. I'm catching up with a potential trouble area. For me alone, one of my months and I'm sure potential projects are urban. I'm sure they're back so that I get to peace. If you know, something. Of course, I'm just raising free power. Immediately, free happen on the call. Airline and the airline is today. One number the call capital today. Back to the original position. In the location, they are critical for the communities, all because of Obiap economy, Obiap development. Into one trade here, which we are also. There's a consultation, a comb for the final decision. Don't take it for granted.
Still having a conversation and pay the former Ashanti Regional Minister, Push Nubibri, the Honorable Alexander John Kobna Kon, Yenino Edin Komo and pay Pache Television. So, Honorable, so Galamsey was a big issue for the NDC. Climb on that. Okay. Won an election.
Okay.
Insurance, Tiana.
I appreciate very good, but it's money we now the thing is say, BBI your balance sheet, the good, the bad, maybe the ugly. Let them start with the good. But the Ashanti region on Kaakyire. Of what's in it to tell Galamsey, go for the Galamsey pa. But what's Galamsey pity there? And also, Baumye Galamsey. If I was would you far? Professor. It would be our manso. Manso, a group of moi. Manso, Omotane, before it would be Manson Quanta. A when you know, the shrimp cloning in a nature or more Galamsey. Rajakubu. So, any the Kubu baby, I wouldn't have kind in panel. Be quiet. Microphone. All right. However, regime going far, I am free road. Up to be any. All the gun account there. I started to run a bankrazo. And it's a lie, a holding in the icon and Kai. Oh, call Takwala also. As a Gregor and Kai. So just sheer numbers of people in economy, women know chop money in the free. Now, one more thing, some of them, I say, they are banned at the throughout. But one here, what the legal state of emergency, we create human state of emergency, ultimately, what the law, I state of emergency, but the no best never know. One here, anyway, proper state of emergency. Go independent doors. And I tell you, what has happened? Now, Uko Nkurasiviana, these days, goes a hotel, unlike before. Ubonse during the tongue, I was through economic development, economy, culture. Ubonse individual are done, Udo Kurasivia, who says, now that way, there are. Maybe it's in the cross, in terms of expansion, Abba, in the year, Abba, if you quite invest in Kumasi, you know some of them. And I tell you, would it be advisable to say, we will go to totally? No. What is wrong with it? 3 areas. Maybe I go focus you. One more year will show me one. But that is not all. I'm so you good without water on to me. Into a big bones you, but because I know my channel, one waste water no edible. That is true. Number 3, the master slam my year and then I'm here because baby I area and put to go down. I say if you know the plant and not ever, so it can grow itself. Into how do you say approach these 3 areas? recovery of the land. One. In a year, Moses Zoto ya 5. Number 2, in so normal discharge into the water bodies. What is the other way of discharging? Say, why come water that all your minds and man now? Almost like they be slime dam. Almost sit dam can say. Discharge water in a water echo from gold treatment. About almost cinnamon and sun. The way they do it too. Or the main one is starting the first chamber. Why you overflow cause second chamber? Why other one called first chamber? And do last chamber they clear water. Normal risk. A recycle back into the mine. Normal reduce all because of water production. More recycling soon. Almost to chamber first one, a better point to be let's answer a residue of gold almost as with the cow. So to what extent are we going to transfer the technology? If it's our minds, into a small scale side, we should think of it. So that your bones, and core main water bodies, abuse, but they will find a way of recycling the water through a process. One of them, likely, in some areas, say a banning. Into we should work to make sure we reclaim the land and make sure so because one, we are not discharging. As I say, when we join so much, you are not discharging, so they so empty. So we should also go on that line. Reclamation and ensure that we don't discharge into the water body. That's the job we need to do strongly. Likely, the destruction, the SWAT drastic, I don't know what's happening. SWAT, but we engage money. We need to create permanent situation for them to work without recourse to them and go for account. So the only destructive things on the balance sheet on the negative side, water pollution and land degradation. We should attack it and find a solution.
But Mimisa, with the experience our go fields, any Juma are you part of any government committee planning in terms of fighting the Galamsey menace?
Oh no, I'm not. But directly I'm not.
Why so?
Maybe others who can also do something.
But with the kind of experience our any Juma now,
minimum be at the level of experience.
Interesting. But to look at the general overview of the reset agenda from day one, in terms of performance, more Juma,
I will tell you the way I feel. Kojo, many mama tana was every time. We are redamas are there, over time and at an and the one thing I'll be safe in the one say, I know didn't come as a president. And I was on French, I know you have a better table one. Where did the redamas are easier? Nancy, I know being that rich condition. I don't go for that now. It did only handicap me out. One of your people, maybe can't be home. You could jump on my quiet airport. And they didn't come on by a account. Yes, sir. Madame Funio is one of you. And that is the character of Tiano. And to me, in 2016, I'm going to say, Adena, a governor, or no explain yourself, a minister, and the case of Tiasia, or which much a minister. The case, Women's Commissioner of the United Nations, a bar, sometimes I remember more gender ministry. Of presidency in our bar ministry. The first comment, I have not met a single president who understands gender issues like your president. I swear. I kid you not. It's important. The Americans are a shame. Because the man you are talking about also on your competent, and you know those descriptions, and you know it means a shame. If you power make it come to me on Facebook. That I'm pained by the description heaped to a person who does not deserve those descriptions. But God knows why. I still hold my loyalty to the president. Maybe it's once that time there, or by a room. Sometimes I could be. I say still thinking about the other pressures about. Okay, well, Mr. President, I think you should think through well. I have a view, but I will not say it now. But I think you should allow you to think through well. Who the man do you have a casa? I thought that God would make a way for this man to redeem that name I demand. Redemption. Undeserved. Open at the man. He has redeemed. Because on this will jai with those descriptions now, the demand. So about research with huge experience from that background, and one with different manifesto and consultative processes. So far, Kojo, I'll tell you why I'm proud. And I say, take it or mind if you happen to be in governance anyway. Measure its economic value.
Okay.
They say you're rude. Why are you doing rude? Because people will go up and down. Is that the reason why we do it? No. There should be a better reason. In economy, because we spend 7 hours, 6 hours, 4 hours, 5 hours from Accra to Kumasi. Economic downtime. Economic down, a negative. Why are we able to make and spend 2 hours now? Right, if I can say, look at Accra Kumasi. Every day. They do about 6 or so flights in and out, 2 airlines. Every time they are almost. But at the point to be I'm charging 2,000 plus. 2,000 plus. But road network is so comfortable transport. Enjoy. Because eventually, about 1,000 something, about 2,000 something, about 150 to 200, not the call and cry. But the hustler almost come true. All of that they have a party, metro mass, a plastic China, it's also a call cry. It's all and it says, plastic China, it should not be. So, how do we solve the economic issues? I'm a Kasembi in 2015. I'm not here, KGT, if I say no. Dubai back on second Dubai. Obienu. And no bar, Kaswa. Oba Kaya, or Ka language be now repeat it. What's a Kaswa there? No? Omo de fa a quina, education of Ankono.
Okay.
And we develop hospitals and markets along the line. The idea is say, where Kaswa, Ashanti region 4 or what's buffer. Central region 4, Western region 4. The question is everybody going to Accra Central?
No.
Make a way for those who are going to Amasamai of Angkor, Okwasi, to link so that they will not end up and congest Accra Central. In the language you see in the OBTV project in the bus, I said there's a bottleneck, and the bottleneck is OBTV land. Where is it? But if you know any complete, we have to clear, and that's the OBTV land circuit project. So, or the experience and the research in economy, or the road construction, or car road construction, they say, don't you feel it? Our approach that say, or town so the dualization, Cape Coastal Crowd, dualization, ever phone to dualization, or dualization, watch the effect of that one, including that of Kumasi, and or Casa no Niaja, or say no. So what they bar, a before Fancy, a before Sataman Cassie, a before 1 more year, it will not pass through the town. But it doesn't pass through the town, they will do what they do in Abuja. Oh, yeah, who's Sania?
You take your 10.
You take your 10 and go. And the main one, you don't disrupt it. Economic value. It's everything he's doing has an economic consequence. Like I say, now, so we are, Kumasi, we expressway, it will take you about 2 hours. Huge economic impact in terms of time, resources, money, fuel consumption, everything. So we are very proud of it.
Are you sure that express road, you move it to me a year before the end of the term?
Like I said, up to 2027.
Which is maybe answer Marco. Maybe 2028.
Yes, also up to 2027. That's not kind.
Which means
I think that almost as I don't want the clearance and I'm so affordable because they need heat or equality. 51 kilometers, so they have to go. So we are implies that you read the main creation. If I can't earthworks need one by 2027. I pray to God it should finish because that's why I said. Was it 2028? I think 2027. No, 2026. No. I think it will go to 2028.
But you are convinced that movie to me a answer and
resources availability. Resources no. For a long time, until say I'm be mobilization. until now. First, so called the bank. As someone can be a new first power construct. There's a system name, bro. First, I buy as the engine. Obeji Sika. That one mao mobilization. Once you first start it and get to the place, no many nango. We have first certificate na entity and no so kakraka a job creation and wealth creation. Intend that one more mobilization, huge impact. They are very convincing.
Whilst the party is looking at resetting government, members of the party are seeking to take over from President Mahama. Which of the directions that will lead you into?
Before you come there, I think that you should appreciate the party very strongly. Obia bien anon kaza president.
I understand the technicality you want to use, but me too.
This speculation. I said, don't cut it. I'm calling Disu, Pato Forsen, Julius, Debra. The church of Kaiser and said, Julius will call. Oh, go for your incoming president. You know why he did that? He doesn't want to be seen, say, I'm person of Pempa. Or jump on them, sir. Because Unkai don't impose it on him. But suppose, oh yeah, on no Abekan. Now, based on that, they go for a very ambitious, sir. Then can say, look at your thank you, Tono. I'm not sure of what happened. Abekaya. I said, look at also started thank you, Tono, when grassroots started agitation of job placement, Yaba, Yewonshi. That's where I was starting. So the original intention is to address the agitations if we are saying and also say all around. Whether by a fact or something, it has been said, say, of a president in Oyesa. But within the NDC circles, do you think that as you can say, oh, further introduction of Baya Zana, it was all you said in Katia? Are you sure he needs anything to show to NDC for say, they are saying in Katia?
No, for the party, no.
No. It doesn't need that thing. But, like I said, any other comment from any party in terms of the main structure of the party, the only thing we heard was a thank you to, how does I say, proper thank you to, one can say presidential thing. So to me, Obianka is substantive for president. Ordinarily, in Kaubeti say, against him and against but you don't hear any of them. In Kakana Abana and Kofokasa on the speculative front, on the desire of others to come, and a man, Council of Elders, issue a statement. Obi to be so said, one is your best, and Obianka, you'll be a trainer, and Waka. But they also matured. A general, Mode Ama. So that will not cause any fraud. And I think the patience of the party at this stage is very appreciative.
But you do not think that the president should be telling his ministers who are interested to back up?
To be honest with you,
but are you expecting them to say it? They are working on the ground. I can understand.
If it takes one out to force it, he has never said anyway. But the performance in a man for a promoter no the day. But the dynamics they do a more different. It's not working in if you can and the first time Julius because of his position and disposition in the day. I said you have to be a warrior all along. It is speculating, but we are still waiting for whoever will declare. Nobody has declared.
When the Council of Elders speak in this form, Ujidi say Ebwa.
To me, Ebwa, because we are say idea a hard and you know it's perception. What addresses your perception? It will grow into facts. I'm not going to say I also in a check. So you good say in the midst of that, one back as when you put the direction of the party, you'll be prepared on one side.
So let's do a forecast into your future as a party looking at 2028. Would it be on the performance of President Mahama or
the person who takes over.
Okay. So the first one is this, and per se if maybe nearby. Maybe swim before them. I'm gonna say breaking the eight. Because I'm a radio, so they said they've lost the focus at that time. Because instead of using governance as a stepping stone, and they become the next stage, they are using the desire to bring the eight and we'll be doing them actual performance. Yes. So a year, the party will use President Mama's performance. And Mama is an NDC and is a person. It's a big play, a very good part. But remember, that part I like, you also have the person and the personality who's going to come. But here and the performance will come to play. But we're going to campaign on it strongly. Very strongly. Yes. Then the bigger job will be the person. Marketing the person. So the mention now, we are going to compete on the strength of Mama's performance as a political party in this. And leave the marketing side for the person to come. So that or combine ombre, if you are getting me, you cushion and now make sure you are marketed to be able to continue with where.
Is it really who leads or the performance of government?
Both. I can put weight on it. Both. Because when the government have performed to this level, no, you have to take measurements. And what should be measured according to what you met. Into performance in the car, and the person will come. If you ask me in terms of the weight, I take performance a bigger weight than the person.
Are you ready to deal with Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia in 2028?
But we've dealt with him before. And it doesn't bring any fresh news.
You are sure?
Oh, sure.
He doesn't bring fresh news.
We know him. We dealt with him. No one can say, Mama, brother, Nipa, you who are one performing at Adobe. So just take it to him and tell him so no one can. And then they cry.
There's one concern.
Hey, your baby, I will say, of the national and
there's a concern within. Mobile, one of the challenges are one more to Abama air transport. Omo faka, a quite juma, Tika Jewomon. The Omo faka if the Jum no mu kufia, a so chain the Om the ban.
Okay.
Yes, we are hearing buses are coming.
Okay.
But how do you deal with it?
Okay, now listen. What kind of idea of Ayalalu?
Yes.
There are two things we did. Next time, Bibia Noah Ayanaru, Bibia composite, Bibia Shemu. At the gender ministry, okay, producer defend a buying card, a bomb, a increase symbol. They started at a launch for the agent. Into which Ayalalu buses now. Very low, so that disability was able to be Afro. Number two was the consideration for mass transportation. I did for the chair on mass transportation, apart from so most cars almost cars and still almost road into a bus and train. Train you're good at. It's a whole day should be buses. You only say you're more the transit bus lane, you're the age, but what would you consider? Because at that time, all the district in Greater Accra able together to see how to work Batham out and produce it. Ayala was going to solve partially that. You understand me, concrete? I'm in an airport road, and you bring time myself. I'm sure my general on Pekka, the Aquana, and also. And it's always so what they throw for the bar. I am 14 seater, 15 seater, they are 22 seater. People they don't even have. So this is equally an issue. It is to get bigger buses. You can solve it to one bus. Let's take Eija to Kejetia. The bus may go even from a Joshua. Into bus is a huge consideration. The only thing I made sure what we need to discuss Metro Mass for about Rania, running, but kind of follows through what much they will pay, but sustainability and reliability say over. The almost at time behind and then welfare buses. About your welfare and based on your tax out to ya. And it's okay say 9 embassy empty kura beba. I want a boka and count because the welfare thing is very stronger than that one. I had a strong one because of our low in Kabayenya. Into over charge, but run it well. It's a different Ruben commands over your roots in the Asia. I told you, oh, fathers or ever, Buakwa ever, or tech war ever from a just so to put buses on it to address it. It's a bus first now, but it's your use.
But from a business point, who should be running these buses? Private persons, STC, Metro Man?
Say, a year welfare system, it should be government through Petromas. STC, a year long distance, basically. But Petromas is intended to run local, internal, intra-transport. And it should be them. I wish private sector to be able to buy said big buses to be able to fill in gap. But as a Petromas, it deal with the internal travels, internal transportation. Now STC here, internal. Inter-transport, no here, intra.
We'll be wrapping up our discussion, but without talking about foot soldiers, no more.
Football.
There be foot soldiers. The agitation coming from the grassroots does not sound well.
No, a year say, pray, they are open. Because we get to a level of expectation. And for time, it's about say about power they are but we all know say need to remember at the same time. So that thing is there. It's a clear reminder of the fact that we need to work towards that. We are so be a market to be a problem. So it's a clear reminder of what we should do. And yet, but likely they are not doing some rough things. That I think is good. But a clear reminder of our commitment to them. They say in Nigeria.
Let's get into football because it's an area you've
Arsenal fans.
Oh, yeah, Arsenal.
Very strong.
Hey! They say they are mama fan.
No, no problem with Arteta. Apart from the ACC.
Sir, you have a problem with Arteta?
Yes, he's doing well, but the point is that in the midfield and the striker, while piling in there be a selection problem. Or the Akaya best at all, or Sheko, but best on your dribbler, on your good tackler, on your ball holder. It's a thought, say, of free person by now, Yasha Wano. You should have bought Joker's name, Gabriel Jesuinum, because Gabriel Jesu, also boom, and to work at you reduce the load out the quay anymore. Oh, Jan or to do the trick, but also boom. But only that's our trouble until later in the second half and the buy. And I thought you should have brought them in earlier than he did to ignite this situation. He's done very over the years, but I keep asking myself, what happened? Because I bought the first round, we in the EPL. After I was playing all the nice games, after the years, I would tell me if I pressure to go Arsenal. They can say, you're born neat, imagine, disrupting the play. I think you should have done better at the final match. So I also agree that we had a penalty which was disallowed.
Which one?
Oh, I got a kind of two boy.
Oh, Nipa me no play ball. Nipa me no play ball.
You play us that so grand. But of course, we do look at it to be as good.
Yes, the as good to say. They were now back Premiership.
As good for. As good for. The point is simple. They suspended as good.
Yeah.
We had agitated say, my son a day as good, a match champion. It is they are charging to acquire bet now. It is against the ethics of the owners, which is the mind. And we thought like I said, Omukomuntam. Then the man was not actually interested. Omukomuntam could use the ethics of them. And the woman the owners of the team. It is a management that we could have done something good. Because Embra almost suspended Yana champion do call and a final suspension of Ashgood. Almost say we are dealing with an unqualified executive, which in probably could separate the two of them out, the team and management. Because in reality, at that point, it's our bet in the mind. They go to Ashgood in points they are sharing. We are safe for everything. The team did not like it. So you could have done that. So based on that, the team Ashgood was suspended. So you cannot really use that one at the FA. The Ashgood over for the same entity. The only thing I want to say, the structure will need to look that in totality for sustainability. Very critical. Because we're different from the original high growth structure. So we have to start discuss this year future.
Which of the executives? The current executive or the old executive?
Everybody has good O for them. They brought me a letter, said, director. Two things I told them is that I think I should be consulted before I could accept to be a director. And number two is that I think I've done enough. I can still stay behind and support instead of being a direct person. I thought I should be consulted to share an idea before we go. Until I'll still remain a strong supporter. Our brother has good offer a qualifier because it's always a hindsight. Oh, my qualifier. I call a Premier Division. Who do you go to support again? It's the team I want. It's in town. You hear the way forward. It is still going to be as good. Before.
Local representation into the Black Stars.
There were few issues. If you say, instead of mentioning local representation, you mention capability without looking only at arbitrary. Yeah, then you show local, you show arbitrary in the place. But I can say you show money and select get the best, whether you're local or foreign. Otherwise, officer for the phone corner, you let it be a policy and say, NDS, the moment of a Cassandra, and then I say to develop a local one. In the idea, in the 2 bedroom, in the 4 bedroom, as of right. But that's in a clear. It will for 2, and it's one person who Kuluwa, never has back, never got a tobacco, they Kulu, we are not saying into policy. Take the best of Ghanaians, footballers are much more born, whether you're local or foreign. But if you think strongly, say that, then the Fabiana and Ghanaians and locals for the account as a preparatory.
But the kind of local football we are experiencing, would anybody playing in the local league be fit enough for our Black Stars?
Maybe I'm for an injury. Maybe I'm selecting around. But because of one interest, you don't see the few of them who are doing very well. We should let people look at the capability we have. If you have a crowd, maybe I don't see any credit. However, which one point to 1 or 2 people, players are more potential for growth. And then go them and go. That's why we have you. U17 and all of that. So I think that you to me any paper base also be an but if you don't see, if you don't look, you cannot see. No more.
But looking at the local football, generally the running of Ghana football, above from CC and now it was so
above from. I mean, my sure about power. I sure say Kofi though. I sure Robert Mensah though. I heard John Eshen though. I heard PSK Packer though. Hey, I heard Robert Foley though. I heard Christian Madus though. I heard the Fierce 5 some though. I heard Suma Kotokoda. I heard Yao Samada. I heard Robert Mensah. I heard first Kotoko strikers in a Bashomoda. Into who the near comparison, I won't say from right from there to this level. From above from.
What should the FA be doing?
I would say FA no, mostly, call more council. They go and discuss the way forward. They should do more consultation. Some consultations that they leave it only to the press. Not so power, we are so power. So there should be a broad idea. The age also professionalism in marketing, football management, all that they should come. I guess in this case of Agricano, so we should get a holistic approach to football. What are you producing for? Every organizer who produces for approach a market. How you go to market it? Who is the marketing person? Who is in charge? And what should you do to grow for them to go? There should be a holistic document having the way we want to develop. First, maybe you school there, boy. I don't remember no airboss out there, got the prep and okay, got the prep and airboss. Okay, love for school. If you have sponsor, or go for but be united where as a student in a growth process, you should get an approacher and all embrace it.
Would we fare better going into this World Cup?
The heart, the mind.
Where's your heart? Where's your
My
mind?
heart is Ghana Blaster. Luckily enough, yesterday was a good performance compared to how we started. It gives you a level of hope. People think, say, let's do something as a team, a bit uplifting. What do? We should try and qualify for the group stage. Who are target? People think we should be able to beat Panama, Croatia, able to be. Bomber strong, and just to me. We should target say, let's first qualify from the group stage. Psychologically, you need to qualify from group stage a bit chinky, a bit change your temperament towards the game and the tune up a best. So our ball will reflect as such. As you lose what they are condemnation on the drug. So I think they should purpose that let's qualify the two teams to qualify the encounter where it starts.
You followed the politics of this country. You have been a part of it. But Parliament, the current Parliament,
I'm actually disturbed. Noise in the doors too much. There's so much noise.
Parliament.
Yes. Also, when we can start the way shout, we can start the way. I hear too much. People are making arguments. People are listening. And I feel it. Also shout on quite shout. They did not start well. They didn't start well. I don't know what they say. No messing on the equity, that attitude that. Maybe before you know, they go from the so the idea that Omonte Yanka. And two was a State of Nation addresser. And this photo is to show Oporiata. And they will also share black. We have a party, and this I think what is a matter, a work course. In the end, we could not bring that. We should go the positive way of getting our president pick. And I think they are making too much noise. And they should bring themselves to a level people say they are providing alternative. But we are not seeing it, honestly. One time I'm saying, majority leader. If it is there, the numbers they are getting, almost can be with them. So I think we should be careful. And the right to give press conferences, and also. And I think it's all informed by the numbers. I think we can do better. Parliament, this man, Ahafo, is that the name?
Yes, Ahafo.
Ahafo. And
the first deputy speaker.
Yes.
Bernard Ahafo.
Bernard Ahafo. What kind of brother better? People also a weak because of Afenyo's disposition in all the issues. But with time, you saw his qualities. Also, all three, with time, also he's not going. We share agenda. Look at him; he's doing very, very, very good. Ochaya a five they learned and the process. Another way we can maybe on TikTok, Collins, if that's a three. Okay, see me, and it was so interesting. I see, one post budget conference, or some baby. I mean, other day I post budget conference, and another prayer who look at and say. To speak on the budget on behalf of the party. I say, hey, I said, now what they share
Collins Admakumens.
I said, what they share, also, I've heard you on TV, so you can do it. After that, I am Assam. Luckily enough, on a actually fine. And I don't go to so many channels. It doesn't quite don't go. And them, a friend also, no problem. No friend, no be more. Also, first of all, I took a chair to say, Open say, we have budget agreement. The first side of presentation, they brought from the doors, but the meat is in the appendix. It is so we need time appendix, and I want to obey. I say, I don't go for no call, don't go say, you are the first time going to talk. Don't talk on controversial issues. Don't obey not to look at this one. It's your government performance. Don't talk on the good side of your government and leave the rest for the others. Or if we start with anything, controversy will come. You see a free man. And I tell everybody to take a posture to learn about parliamentary process and procedure, how to argue the things out. At the noise, I think.
How is the noise about LGBTQ?
To me, it's very simple. It's very simple. Number one, there was an agitation on LGBTQ. Presidents have been interviewed. Atamis, Mahama has been interviewed. Akufo-Addo has been interviewed. Ghanaians have spoken from the Bishops' Conference, Christian Council, Chief Imam from the Omunina Akasa against it. Inti, one more prepared document, and the bill was sent to President for assent. The wrong thing they did was that He did not assent. He did not write his misgivings about some areas and how he thinks he should change and amend others to reflect. He did not refer to the Council of State. And on top of that, wrote a letter, unprecedented, and said that to Parliament, through the crack that don't bring anything there because there's a case in court. Different. Now, what's happened is that because say woman to me am passing from fragrance are you moot, so you should go over. By that time, and it was a moon passing. Everybody is lies, no. And almost say the amendments required in the current law as it stands. It say law we are there they go. And almost amendment, you know. Amendment, the first one name. It's why you now saying. What prevented you from also doing that amendment? Also why? And your president did not act. So now that amendment has been done. And then the bill will go to the president to sign. The main body is let the whole world that knows Ghana, we are against LGBTQI. I think it's going to be passed. The moment it's passed, the problem is gone.
The speaker says, let's revisit. The majority leader says, I don't see issues.
It's on the front. So it will end up in the business table. Into business table, need to some start. If not, so if the speaker's areas are also concerned, fine, you should bring it on board. But I think that issue like imprisonment of a violator shouldn't be put in there. Why would you know why? What about to prison? Is that the way you want to go? I don't know. And what on that? So that's it.
Let's end with Obuasi.
Okay.
Go first. The license and the common. What happened?
Work out as a company. Oh, that go first command any Obuasi. Takwa go first any Obuasi.
Oh, okay.
Obuasi is not there. Obuasi is cool and safe. Coming out of the friend of care maintenance, who took about 24 months, it should be 24 months, 2 years, for them to come back. And because of intrusions, taking almost 30. But I remember say Mama did a lot of work on that one for Oko out. Look at that report to cry and Oko. Now they've also gone through processes. Now the local agitation for job is very high. Luckily, they have a managing director. 2 years on the bar is called Mr. Pobi, and he's doing very well in terms of community approaches and what we should do. Took up what's there. Ubon say one more direction of support and a change. Now they can give you a report of locals I have for Mujima. Unskilled, but particularly on the unskilled side. They have a report now. They have a committee of employment and also assembly for so it won't be. But because roads be. Because Tutuka. If you know what I say, we better mind in the old place. If you know road in the DBI now, a pavement and mind board the cost of all that. Go to Tuka, mind also have the cost of all that. So our approach to supporting community as corporate social responsibility is very bad now. And you are doing things like if you don't 10 years socio-economic development, and they're extracting that one after the other to help the community. So I think they are doing better than before. The only thing I come apart and say, the person or they can say power of Boasano, we should have an honor for some joy. We should discuss very greatly because maybe a many United some KMS, STP, others, some Jonah, Cortez, Behose, including Gophers as a team, and Lenkley and all that. We should start thinking of honoring the right person. That one will be our point for this.
And that for you is some Jonah.
Yes, solid.
Okay.
One more random minds for Ghana. The Obuasi product through some other trade. Some of them cooperate in categories including drillers. Some of the MDs now, it be brave. All from the trade. Obuasi could be beer. I know I am now, which you are Obuasi person. Either is a driller or management staff or mining engineer or top person. Maybe I can agree there.
That's the pay.
So that's
Yamin count. I wish I've had them come on see. the former Ashanti Regional Minister, many other positions. The Honorable Alexander John.
I have a John Dickey.
Obna Con. Was it John which I say Dutch be obedi mampeni? Diawa. Yeah.
So one question for me, Uncle. Who? One more is over the president.
One more be the president. So we young count. You never done once. I no pay so. You show yeah. John Alexander Kobna Kon yeneno edi nkomo. They said if fiada bia ye no. Unim. Say wo si fiada ye ntufo, ba ye tufu fiada fi se du dwoada as se ehia na ye no edi dwuma. And nti hwa wo so yie. And na ye World Environment Day. Timesra wo environment no a wote so no bo ho ban. Na ochina eso beba mfaso e de amount. Your relationship matter. Nti kwan ya wo fa so etwempna. Kwan ya wo fa so a wo ware wo adwuma mu fie wo mantam ba bibia wo bo bra ne kono. Ese se eye kama na eye fe. Anope mpanimfo miensa woje bre na wabeka yen ho wo boa yen ama ye di nkomo we nso se de fiade bia ye no. We are active on our social media platforms, on Instagram, on YouTube, on TikTok, on the X platform, and also on Facebook. Fache Television. We gave you the picture for today. The Soriano payer will identify who that person is. I'm sure that Mpenifo Atranse Anope would help me identify the person or the picture for the day. But our discussion, I no pay if Emma titru Emma dear. Say traditionally, yama mema ho kwan say betimi aware mienu miensa. Ebi anan kra. But the man dear, yes say womunya etena ba ko ho ano pay enkomo akoso ama ye bisa say Yama ma ho kwan mo nso chance ye se wo mo fa mienu ne nan a e de ohaw bebre ana wo mo nso so wo ye nyame adehye konkron di se de mema no wo ho kwan no wo mutimi fa mienu ne miensa no yama ho kwan ma no nye ne sa pepepe ana na so wo chance ye so wo ye ne sa mema na so nwie beba mu kuro ni mu ana anopai enkomo ina mpanimfo beboa yen amiedi. Okay, you are no more a colleague, but you are within the
I'm
media
not a
fraternity.
colleague, Sensei.
No, you are within the media fraternity, but you are not a colleague, as in said the account.
What a colleague means what?
A colleague means when in the age,
Maybe a former colleague.
They will level now or maybe do.
Because me freelance, me a podcast. Me TV and now radio so regularly. I can't be considered a journalist.
But is it
in the same establishment?
Oh yes. A certain
level.
Man,
yes, I could focus on controversial.
A certain level. Eunice Atakra Beno Akutumansa. He's the face of Asitnapa. She's the face of Asitnapa. Ben can say they are no canon. She's the face of Asitnapa. Anopay Wabeka who Yanino Edijuma. Krum Hadie. Open manoa omo abobra ni bi na obra no se de omo abono no omo boa ma ya aka ya boye de no oka ho The Virgin Prince. Man, I could to send a cano or count. That's a
or count to say.
Or count. Almost Oma only on Matna. Says I can. Praise all can say. Body count.
Body count.
Oh, boss, now watch it.
So your sperm count, your body count, your counts in it.
Or no, the body count na making.
Oh, okay.
Or a virgin. But I'm sure the body counts. The body counts. And then the virgin.
So I'm not person walker. The Dino
Virgin Prince. But the body counts.
If you are not we see.
Are they?
No, the mammy you cook a more.
There
was sperm count and I know to a more.
Now say I was sperm count. Are they any sperm count? Are they all the annual Joanna?
You will be also didn't know.
Maybe I can't down the moon in the Musa. I don't know over 2 years more.
Me mao.
Oh, my, what we are.
Me fremo mumra queen. One man inch.
I don't me watching.
Yeah,
now where?
Roma. Bible. Yeah, come on,
pay you. Yeah, just say only as someone.
Maybe the yesterday with you.
So,
Mammy, you dear me, who I'm always happy. Said now, who can I say? A coin on the virgin is on controversial virgin. The man of some word, boom. Said, okay, Yame or the chief will be a sir. Yes, my mute engine and make a year. Your bar said, what ye now, Tino. Say, if you so, Sakasan putting so reno. Won't say, body I chain him, dear. You man out fire. Yeah. Me, Yemen, one crack and say, Unmu send call Jay cotton. But in
must have been done
to say, or yet or no,
I know see Yano Caneno. Not a man, a mouse for no, a tune camp more. And
say,
Menaka, many perfume,
Sicano Borman, and I may buano se beya, meet me, Sadia, and go be a beano, still a beano. Oh, Debbie, say a bear at your terms. Therefore, I would do because you will be the because
I want to show you in the same and you
such a reformer and Casano, or more boarding. The young one.
And come on, say the shots, and then say, yeah, why now, maybe.
Oh, yes, I said, also a boy, what born, I mean, can't you say, a boy now, a bone.
Oh, but a board, a moon you do giddy, yeah, say, Minia Baron, in terms of a quality that
I away.
I went. Hoping that meet me to know mainstream na wabe.
Queen so come home.
No crowd there say. Udi madam we are you only supervise.
But I think that a certain part and no a wider audience.
And a medium now you
because it's there. You can always get hold of it.
So
Dance radio mekana ekono. Ana. Open the motor man mutie.
What was I?
Osadi eko.
Na man of something. Na motive no frequency there say.
I told you that do
radio I'm some batch way TV no say send them some frequency there. Matna ka muntim person ka minya. Minya no so ka. Di akoto de enche Yehowa ya adom a mebuabo asika no obeba na
ehuhia pa
o abeye de so ye
ehuhia pa osom no omie
aja osuma me sha se mfiri ho anope se wote se ye di ho nkomo ka se bia ya bedu no se de mema wo ho kwan na amamre mu ene nhihye mu ye se bema bitimi afa ma mienu miensa ene wo mo atena asem bia nsi se ye ma ho kwan ama ma nso a decide a unyi ni se nka asumdwe beba ma obi a ho ato
na menchia wahwefo adofo anopa yi na me ma won moni hwe na ye ma ye ho akwa aba so ne ifi ada nopa abreko nsite suyefu a e papa ko fori bia na busu ye wasuyefu edini na wotweda fori broni ye ma bia na busu ye wasuyefu edini inu ya no nyina ye nyina nchite ye ho we adwuma no nti ya na baby a ihia baby pa na wo se wo twe ho de ne sensen brace me be kofi Kojo yenkomo yenkomo a emu odu pa finra odi aso mi beto mi hwe aso ni dim eh Ghana fo nkomo na okodi yi o asem wei ene be bi nipa ye gye ye ho kro no o kana na wa nka ni yie wa hwe wa no yie on so ri mfre fidie nso obie kata homa no tum to hye so bi e be bawo so no saa ko asem ni modu se wo beka akire wi asese ye mamma kwan na oba ade fa ahudi ode maaye no mso mfo mo de anya adwuma se ade Kojo mamen kan na ni di nkan se onyankopon onyansabo akwa no bo nipa ma amamre yenko ma ye di ne se Ghana fo e wokuma se ye di ne se akanfo na atraka ne aka nyina ba bi onyame di nipa dua ye bia no ode amamre bi ma won nti anya nwanwa se ewiase ne fa ba bi kura akọ a oba ba akotumi ware anuanom mema oye anuanom ode won te kosi broni de ne brofo beto so ni polyandry no di nchichiri mu bebem no di bia toto so a kire wo se etimi basa omo enhawo omtimi ne netna nanso so mentwa so ntia na memra yedi yenkomo breda so wo de ba ye Ghana ha ya mamre mu nanso ne ye na mra se bedwum ma opeso ne ma ahie mu mema opeso ofa won yonko mema mo ne se de wode ne nipadua beye bia wode ne ho no e ho asem ayedeja ya twe ho na mra se bedwafo no de won sa akohye ase se waje atum pika kura se kwan ye fa so na nkoyi ni nyina borders on ya mamre Daddy me nti ni mpanisem ewom ebinum nam kwan bi so tusa na mo no nanso edin bi da won so anya hwe wura dum yen tusa no na ne nim se e frɛ no mamenka ha de chief of fanchen tutu lai dum su ase kono opposite railway police station no ami be bon e kokoro no aso ekoto e wa ase na ne di gobe kuma se gobe pa ye special ho na ne ekoto no be sibra wo mo yeri aho nti oba a waje dan no we yi ne ho asi ho se won de be ma bia a wo pe ba ne na hie mu bia no ebere bia wa ye krado bra no e didin ato no so pe obo be sibra nti o mo ne fro sebe ashawo line me hunu se yen wi ase yi mu Kojo ya frɛ be ma bi se ashawo ni da ibila empo emfa ho ne maro do a wo pe nti se ye frɛ sa be ma no se wo ya ashawo ni nanso so ye hunu se oba fa be ma bro ba ko pe na ye de se ni hwɛ no ye de se di no man na yesusu kura so se yen yamamre mu no enim gu ase de de ma nti akamam enye fere ma be ma se wo yire no akofo oba afoforo wo ni yire chi nanso oba wo kunu die di hu se wako be ma afoforo akọ nchen pe amamre mu kura na iwudin bi da se wachire wia wachire wia yes oba wo firi ni kunachi okay ani be ma afoforo akọchi ya ndan so wachire wia sama wo de wo kwa himfie be ma no a wo kọ yes ano ye de wo kwa himfie bolka ye gye wa yefade ibi ntoda kura na nye ayefade o na nye kete so nanko a wo so obi yiri kura wo so ye fre bibi sobone ehun se wonsa akoso se beneto wo nsa akoto nukom di kunu te sama wa himfie se onim ni ayekoso wo ne yiri ntemti ohun wo na wonsa da se beni sisi achi nti ye be sama wa himfie age wo ntimi anyiwa no ye ye be gye wa yefade ama be man you be dia but what is it be ma bi ya kosa ma be ma say akofa ba afofra aka na yire nti ya mamre mu no ya gye atumu say be ma de nka obetimi afa abro ba ako na oba de ye ma no ho kwan saa minim say eye health implications na ya pomudin sem no mo hwe yi o say AC ba ye no say ma to me de ma mema so timi ma ma ba hwe mu kire say e wo be ma ho a e ko oba ho no e mre san say oba ma ne oba hie mu a nsu e free ne ho no e ko oba no ho no e no e ye mre ma
yare no efiri bema ho akọba ho ntem sense efiri oba no akọba ema no nti saa nneɛma no nyinaa ma ɛkɔyɛ wɔ hawo nti wobɔ ne tɔfa a wɔ kakra yi a maka yi koraa no bɛtumi de aba sɛ yɛnyɛ ha yi die sɛ Ghanafoɔ sɛ bibifoɔ yɛma mma kwan na yɛkɔyɛ no mmara na fi sɛ Ghana koraa no yɛamammerɛ no ɔ sɛ mmusua no dɔɔso ɛso sɛ deɛ akamfoɔ yɛ ɔmo deɛ ɛso sɛ deɛ nkranfoɔ ɛso sɛ but woka yɛ nyinaa yɛbɔ mu a yɛmma ho kwan sa menim tribe ɛwɔ Ghana ha a ɛpene so ma ɔbaa sɛ ɔnware mmienu nea wayi ne ho asi wɔ ɔnhyɛ bɛrima bi ase bɛrima bi anyɛ ne ho adeɛ na ɔbɔ ne bra no ɔde ne fa ahodeɛ tumi yɛ saa na meka sɛ ɔno koraa no yɛdi yɛhwɛ na ani akyi hu sɛ wonsɛ mfata obi koraa hu sɛ wo ho ɛnte ɛnyɛ Bible mu asɛm na yɛka ba society mu koraa no yɛhu sɛ asɛ wodeɛ wonyɛ
ɛno nyɛ boapayɔ asɛ mmarima apɛ kwan bi ɛde biribi asi wɔn ho a wɔn deɛ wɔn yɛɛyɛ obi foforɔ biara yɛ a bɔne asi.
That is culture de nyame de ma amammerɛ nyame de ma yɛn no ɛne yɛde hu no saa
amammerɛ nyame de ma yɛn no
yes me sɛ ɔsante kwa deɛ yɛbɛhunu yɛ no nti ɛnyɛ nwanwa sɛ aborɔsan yɛtwa Ashtown Bantama asafo ehyia nyinaa yi yɛn nananom a esisi saa dan no asoka banglo nananom a ɔmo sisi saa dan no na ɔmo yere mo mmiɛnsa ɛnan and minhu ɔbaa bi wɔ santemam ha wɔ se ɔno no ɔware mmarima mmienu sɛbi yɛn maame mmɛrɛ ekua mmoa woka mmaa a wodin Kumase abakoro no bi abaakoro no sɛbi mente ɔbaa bi a wagye saa din no bi sɛ edin a no okura nti na ɔware mmarima mmienu nti woyɛ saa deɛ na edin no yɛde tag bi bɛma wo a ɛyɛ fɛreɛ ɛyɛ animguaseɛ na wokɔ wo a na wo ama hɔ
na nyɛ ɔbaa n'anim
ɔbaa wɔnyem n'anim
ne ba papa
ne ba papa nti saa nti sɛ yi wo sɛ yɛma kwan nti yɛma kwan deɛ yɛ bɛyɛ mmara wo
ɛne yɛma kwan a sɛna kyerɛ sɛ obi yɛ a asɛm nsi
nti onyinsan yɛ ahwan deɛ
nyɛ ne ɔne na nyinsɛn
nti saa nyinsɛn bere mu no na bosome nkron no mu no kwantum no ɔne bɛ emu deɛ yɛn na ɔne ne bɛtena anaasɛ sɛ yɛn nyinaa yɛ aware wo deɛ yɛma kwan deɛ saa bosome
nkron bi bisa wɔ asɛm korɔ no mmarima no ɔmo aware mmienu mmiɛnsa ne nnan no sɛ ɔmo yerenom no enyinsɛn a yɛ a na ɛhe na ɔte
ɔno a bɛrima no a wonyinsɛn no ɔno a ne da na adeɛ ho kakra nti wei na ɔbɛyɛ a wafa afiri ɛyɛ mmarima mmiɛnsa na yɛn nyinaa yɛ ne ne teɛ hwan na nyinsɛn no yɛ hwan deɛ
akwadaa hwan na sɛ ɔne ɔmo nyinaa bɛtena fi kurom
akwadaa na sɛ wɔne yɛn ti fi kurom a ɔno nso bɛhyehyɛ n'ama yɛn ana ama ne nyinsɛn bere mu no wobɛba abɛda bi memɛba abɛda bi bɛgye bɛba abɛda bi na ɔwo akwadaa no yɛ hwan deɛ
sɛ onyinsɛn deɛ a
menim sɛ yɛn nkɔ mu
ɛnyɛ restricted ɔne bɛrima no ɛna ɛtena
bɛrima deɛ hi
nyɛ ne ɔne na nyinsɛn
deɛ ne ɔne na nyinsɛn wama kwan ma ɔbaa waware mmarima mmienu waware mmarima mmiɛnsa wama kwan wagye ato ɛna wafa furu menim sɛ obi bɛ argue sɛ how about ɔbaa onyinsɛn yɛ ɔno bɛgyina yɛn no so de aka n'asɛm baame so mehwɛ the other case sɛ ɛsɛ
so onyinsɛn deɛ a ɛwɔ bɛrima ne mu mmaako na enyinsɛn no
yɛn nyinaa so ne yɛware wɔ
na sɛ mu nyinaa na mo ware na nkyɛ sɛ mu nyinaa na mo nyinsɛn no
yɛn nyinaa bosom yinum yɛn nyinaa na yɛne nhyia anna
nti na ɔno anim ne
nti sɛ nti wo ka kyerɛ m sɛ ne nyinsɛn bere mu no ɔbɛtwi so baako ano yɛn mmienu a yɛso yɛka ho no yɛne wo bɛkɔ ne sɛ
o deɛ wo mpene so wɔn
nyɛ me na me mpene so society mpene so
society bɛn
ya nti na meka kyerɛ sɛ onyame baabi obo nipa tena yɛ bia ɔde amammerɛ maa no nti amammerɛ mu no yɛnya nkɔɔ saa mpɛmpɛnsoɔ no na menim ha na ɛbɛyɛ mmara no ma hwan asan maybe yɛkɔ yɛ nim nom sɛ nimdeɛ ni baako foti na wode argument ba a obiara bɛgyina ne point so no nso argue ne deɛ nti bi a
Virgin anɔpɛ mame ɛnto aso mfiri hɔ na baabi a ɔnam no pɛ sɛ menkum nyɛ suban no a
wotumi hunu enwan enwinini bɛyɛ nan na ɔmo di ɔbaa baako akyi but menhunu mpɔnkye mmaa mmiɛnsa a ɔmo di bɛrima baako akyi sɛ yɛhia sɛ bɛne yɛn na
sɛ bia yɛnhyɛ aseɛ sɛ yɛhwɛ
yɛnhyɛ aseɛ sɛ yɛhwɛ
sɛ bia yɛhyɛ aseɛ sɛ yɛhwɛ a yɛbɛhu sɛ nansɛn ma hu so wo tintan fidie no so a wo phone ho niam hu bebre sa phone no a wo use hu niam bebre
o papa
wo koda no phone a wo hu bebre
obetumi aye enwembu afa ma be enan egum onya be ma ba akopa o ye okay pese bo mbe wo mu nyina kama ba me hu se wa nya nwembu ba ako afa emema be enan egum no akofa ba akopa ba betu
sa ebi aye bi sansa no beba
nti nyame obo ye nyansa a wode ma ye de yebi no
se de mo nyame so abam nyame na hihye no sa
ye kojo ye nim se kwa ye fa so ye ba ye bi ase
ye o hihye ye de o se baako ne baako ye o hihye ye ne de baako ne baako
e no kan
wan si ho kwan na damfo onyankopon na damfo
wan si ho kwan
na damfo
ba se enka polygamy
wan si ho kwan
onyankopon na damfo pa ni Solomon.
Okay.
Bible ne kan you.
Na so wadamfo ni obi anje se ne o ye nyina opres. Virgin.
Kojo.
Me bo ache. Na ya so wa shada ye nose ankasa.
Hey.
Oh. Baby I tete ye free.
Minim sa mo prepare ba na ya so wa shada ye nose.
Me no me no baby I ye juma free. It's rare say.
Yamiensa.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Okay. O ba na akotoko.
Okay. We me free man Mr. Free company o.
And then Imperial Broadcasters go.
Oh, baby, you see bibia sure. So you don't forget.
Aye.
Chia wa chef for chia ni aba me hu na che. Ya na me ninam social media so na me hu. I say you share face to face.
Ne ba mo hwe me no.
No ho si ayi fi you. Ye didi ja wan kwa isi.
Oh. Intimechia obia.
Onko we ye fon e beto so ayi.
Na koyo na nka me pese metie akoto
are na pese utie no ansa.
Because ono na yoba. And this is an advocacy from women. Iti na nka me pese metie no. But wa ba me so ye die. I think say we a feminine agenda.
But there's nothing wrong with it, Anna.
No, there's everything wrong with it.
The same.
I think say a man or more share Nehemiah from that perspective. No, they are questioning God's creation. Say every time be me bound chenya. Nyame no boy you know. E wo manual for everything our boy. So ko nyame asɛmwa na wo say ne obo ba and obo bema. So for me I always take it from that point.
Thank you.
It's our feminine agenda for no omunjai sa niema. Muntimi ni nya yepe. Let me see it well.
And what's not years.
Munti ase se oba ne bema nyame abode mu ne yenyepe. Nti munjai se mo pese mo force se yepe. Now, what a man can do, a woman can do.
Better.
And even better. Can you imagine?
After Beijing
now, okay, Uncrophobia advert. What's your bit minima a pen and me raw matari? And I'm so raw matari. Is here. When him say me met me a raw matari, I was said so. It will not be that. That I could to me run atari. I was said so. So definitely, a chance bibi or one me ya. Wo bound to me.
Ebi almost some bo chen yen. Nti na ya na ye pese omo kra omo hu yie.
No, enye sa. But nyame oboy no, e boy differently. Nti ese ye ti ase ye wo ne abema timi ye. Ene ye wo ba ne otimi ye. Na mame nka bibi say there's no way in the Bible e kire say bema wontimi nware anante wontimi mfa ema bebre. Bible mu be die ni wosa. Nipa no, I think that Nipa nyame ankasa appeal to them say omo de omo nye oba ba kukunu specifically to men of God. Okay. Me man of God. Kojo unye bia. The only person nyame request and as appeal to them say mo because of ejuma mafa to mo ho so ntino. Oko ware bebrea. A man crabbe hamadria, some munya brekra emba me radin chain. It's more dear munya or baba ekunu. It is specifically to men of God, as sofufu. And for sofufu you promuntimi.
They are chasing everything left, right, center. It's yet yes, sir. Look at it. In the Bible, all the friends of God, omo yesi omo ye eradia down for pa, omo ye memo omo pema. David, yesi o daradia kumaso. Abraham, ono so die yesi o ye nation, the father of all nations. Nyame ti say nyame akasa kura arrangement man. Solomon die bobo. Almost all of them. They are friends, good friends, in good standing. They can also be a good standing friend now. Not just say, a radi penasempa. Na ebedu shempui. Ebedu tembi cry, radi catch David. That time na David akofo bi yere. And o catch and say, David, a man mama ubi. Sanka wo pe bi kura kan wan ka wo mi bisamie radi mesa ma obi aka. What it tells you is say, men dear by nature and by design, we are promiscuous and we are polygamous. Nyame designing idea as to why he designed it.
Will show you
promiscuity and polygamy, two different things.
You will come there. But I'm saying, say, by nature and by designs, ye memma, ye pema, and I say ye pe, and madudro, she bema nyesika. That's who we are. If we don't have money, we're like, oh, Obaba koye. It's a nyesika. Obaba konsuye. Asama mikain. A nature. Design no sani ya designing. It is a Obaka so because me chimpne bi me mpna be mane pen mind no. Ye ma me kwan na me so me nya other partners. Ma worry me group and mind no me a me your ban so ntino ese me so me nya other net so person o che ready se be ready nim nyansa enti enka wo person behave like bema. Yes, that's what you want to do. So also person fan and mema bebredi a se na bema no so for ma bebredi o person oni bema yepe o person behave like bema ene entimi nye yi me hu Oba was my worry a member 2 or 3. How does that happen?
Maybe I almost pass some jail.
Asumdwe ben.
Almost per se.
And then Matissa Bank and I say Parliament corpus or passing law. Now you're starting your compulsory DNA. Do you know what that means? A man omo de nkora sheye. Omo nim nkrofo krokro am asho omo yise. That's serious. It's a bad dream also. Maybe ye compulsory di yenya wu akra no to wa yenya ne DNA test. Ni ehu nipa kro ye ne papa. Enti wonya ne papa ne ho na wa doje wo ho. No a ehu baby odi akra no befa. That's what it means. E kire say yenya pe. It ye tiase sa. It is some feminine agenda na mo pese mo push no. Wontimi ne awrade.
Why now? No, when you're me, I'm the answer. No, banana.
Me, sure. So, won't mean sorry. Can fast in when you have not listened to the sentiment around. For Jonah, minimum, no, me know why you match. What your sentiment around? Sana, what they is be babonti. It me so much. They want to be like us. You boom bebu. Oh, you me kuna. Oh, that kind of talk. And a war my dream, you cook of Fabi, I miss me cock of Fabi. And a jackai. Wouldn't you ever frown was all ya show? Me and friends of ya show. In fact, me cry the society bomb a basso. Yeah, a map penal. Nice guy.
Oh, yeah, you cry.
No, Kojo, yes, a bema, or buy your bar. Let's all understand our rules and play it. Nyamiam bosa, o show bashe, yin nyina was stomach. Ben nyame penny design, per any natural way, no basa stomach no, accurate me be shim, yes, you know the womb. So they said, or no womb and stomach. Maybe yamimi didi kono, or will be. Or so another one, nyamia born say, a incubator like, accurate me be shim in ye. Sa na nyame bo. Wambo me sa, me ntimi nyinsen. Wo na obetimi anyinsen. Into wo no ntimi nkoye 2 men, 3 men at the same time. Iti sa wo kasa wo pesa wo ni bema ye pay in that regard. You are not being fair to God. If I to catch God say sebi you wambo yi. Look, women should understand how God created men. Yes, ubenya bema bi obetimi I'll discipline who. Se me die me nkofa ma bebre. Oba ba ko na abeso me. Yes, ubenya bema bi sa. Eno kra eye discipline. I'm telling you honestly. Kojo ye bema te se me. Uhu ade e fa beyond your yere. So, eye discipline to tell yourself so behind me yere echi me nko chimpna bia, me nko ware bia. But so who se bema bi chimpna bia ni yere echi anaso ware bia kanwa ma ne nyo wonwa sa na nyame na bo na de yenti ase sa enti nyame ombu ye mema ten ya mana mu de bia mu sorry nyame mbu ya ten wo ye ma pen ho. No, he's not interested in that because of na design yes sir.
And offer the mo level no e was so
I want you to know nipa no design yes send your design then you understand. It is all baby because because of momo pen minty omo kasa na because of niema omo fu say ye enti no mo kasa o eni say wo pen mind dey ani mi so me kwakọ pebi o ko a mi so me pie say ya but understand your role. Nyame ball no sa no ball untimi nye sa enye sa nka DNA wo na egu ani mase de bia wo say oba na egu ani mase be ma yengu ani mase da yeah oba na egu na wonim say ye hu say akra na wo de hye be ma yenye be ma ne dia animguase e ba wo ni we busuafo so no enya de ketwa na wo yire a waware ye se o akofa wechi e waware mu animguase ne ma onu nkwa as a person no in fact it me ma ono ani nuanom kra omo nya ware pa bio because you see fie ha de ukọ ware omo fa wechi omo ni suban bet bema omo say yakose bema fie we omo pem ma obi ankasa because sa na nyame na bo ne die sa na abono so tie omo say nyame bo yesa no omo say ye ya be ye mra bi so say o person o yiri baako kunu baako a ene ware in a certain way the free baako ordinance marriage no na e wedding no na wako high court na ke no wako sign no no e restrict o say ontimi ware bi nka ho but obetimi atwempna e bi twempna wo ho but ye wo baako a ye traditional marriage I no de obetimi aware bebre because we acknowledge that men by their nature are not satisfied with one woman. Maybe or satisfied with one woman. A bia no niska. And you niska dia. We be satisfied with one woman. And ya miya wadum would you show more money sika we say. And you know it and then say oh yes you iskafoni be omunye sika no pema da Abraham no mo pema, David no pema, Solomon no pema, all of them. Then nyame ambo ma David onim ne nyame bufu David. And because of fo be yere. Before na nyame bu fu David to the nonsense degree so okofo bi yire e no na he radi aka your back can okofa no nko no fa radi ho enti kojo me pesa me catch them man say yet when Muslim for they acknowledge and let me say this because I'm a man. A man need heart to love more than one woman even though we like to have more women. Let me say it again. Akomana nyamede mai say yemfandono yendo mienu at the same time. There were only one woman to love at a time. But you see, we are the only people who say have sex without attaching emotions to it. The hormones, testosterone, hormones not sorry. The person no dana me hoba. Betimi no wa yemendo, betimi no wada. But oba ntimi no nda without having emotions attached to it. Unless I person catch me. And come on by day and then me who oba tie. Kojo me who oba yes obi be ka say prostitutes na Their emotions are not towards you, the man having sex with them. Their emotions is towards the money they are getting from you. They will never have sex with you when they don't have. Oh, sir. So their emotions is not towards you, yes, but nobody having sex, all right. Then you be near fruit, into obi or baby or pebibia or pescabia, no, a corner sugar daddy be ho. When him so on penno, when him so ni emotions be a man, that's okay. But when him ni obi near free no ho, and no nehiano, and no any emotions no working towards. But yeah, member dear, the bet me ni or baby bra having sex, and don't know, ye ni emotional attachment be a ye who na sorry. Nyame abodie mu ye testosterone levels na kosoro ese ye ni obada ene ye ni nada e enzi bet ye wo baba ko a ye don unse man timi ka mo se o wo mpna bebre bet ba ko bi wo ho a odo de pa e ho na akoma it Muslim form worry for kra no they don't love all of them but omukora ne say treat all of them the same. Yes, I can treat 1,000 women the same if I have the money. I can buy you Range Rover, all of you the same series. Let me up Tony Namam. I can buy you the same houses. Let me up build all the same houses for you. But the love, akumanumu dono die ye nipa ba kupe na me dom. It's a Muslim for say treat your money na pepe. In doing that, they say, oh, who do money na pepe? You can love money na pepe. It's immediate. The American say, a man omu pussy sa adenda no. Omu tinas no omu bi say radiasen. Say I didn't know bo omu sa. Opa, catch a radi say ombo. Aye bema. Untimini bema nye pe when it comes to that. So don't tell yourself so.
You lame.
Be a woman. And women, you are not designed to have multiple husbands or multiple boyfriends. You know that what you are doing, you chiwa. What you saying? Go say about you chiwa. You chill. So you are entertaining multiple guys. After now, other men cry. Say who you be and you say you know a relative. But Bema, a man who say you map or say feel cry more.
Abusafo yedi nkomo na no pe de agye nsam anope agye nsam minim se de akoto bedi ne nkomo afa
mami
ye wa ha yedi nkomo no se de sesi yedi no edi auto car rentals adaroma ene ye de ofen ebrel edi auto car rentals ewo cars a ye de ema dodo no a wabedura santema ntam kuma ase ebi a oba yi oba afa hyebi oba ifuro bi ase ana oba adwumadie bi a esese one empanimfo etena ase wanamontuo nyina mu no edi auto car rentals say why ready so obema car edo benante. Their cars are chauffeur driven, comprehensively insured, the comfort of their vehicles A1 na da ne da ompese o kai se oba asante no wani je enu nti no omde osompa ema once so obedu airport just a call away one ben DVLA or ben children's home do him say ofre o ma on be do airport no ma be found their koba bia opese okubia uwia won be ba besiu no mo agya okwan fefefe anopei say ote yenka o hwe ba bibia wo bia wo ba asante o ba kumasi wo be du a pre edi auto car rentals na omomwa emfa won ba bia opese okubia agoto emema no onim wo no na o asesa o nkomo o di na no pe no.
Oh, Kojo Base enkomo we enkomo a meme di for a long time. Me chrome e ma me na me na no omo kura omo free mu wo mampon. Timi nchi. So say me da ne to ababi e be si. Ye frɛ ho beya. Oba ye. And to say that is what it is. Se obeye oba, especially in our part of the world. Na ya kwaye se wiase nyina mpo lubabo nyumbi ema amon sorry ebi o se ema ebetim de ema betimi aye ewo asetre mu nyina ema so betimi aye nanso so ojo akoma ani ebuo enti ema ewari mienu ne miensa ekire girlfriends na mai nso enti nkama betimi aye de omu ye the omo Kenya omo hina poto omo champion nke ma betimi ai emposesei e ma bi so ye bi And so untimi nyempia bonten because as a nipa, as a cool, as for mine, ye very hypocritical. And now, no say, patriarchy, your way of choice, your lineage of inheritance, we live in a man's world, a man's society. And so, religiously, culturally, traditionally, so say, and you many enough favor mema. These men can speak to say the Omokasa is saying because most of the things they've said, unfortunately. Ebetimi treaty obasa ni bia because or some backing. Yeah, traditional marriage ya. Maybe papa say
they are conferring.
I compare.
And then they almost come well,
oh, you. Nyamia mama nenka eyedena procreation by
and I'm see or see no nyame hwe de ya ba bi mu na me
na ye fa ne so emma
ewiase ma ye ne nyama me indisable na say de be ya wo trust be flu but baby na me twa aju
eti kwajo mi eye pa nyame bo nyame ma de wusu agu no me si eja wusu agu no ayese eni me ni nyina favor me ma na ama me ma ti mu ayo omode amema omo abeti so na wo de ye hwe se
no di wi asehye yenza
ye di wi ase de hye mu nsa na ma nka ho enka mutimi ye
na bo jam kwa na osa
e dia na wo bo afo ana eti na wo bo afo o ze me nkasa ayo me nkasa ayo na
omu sure chire se nkomo no omu di ye nyina omu sure chire
ba na odi
ana edi mo ma ni nkomo
hit na no odi
bre say na nka Kojo woni oba asosha aware
ma me kasa
oba baako ana even a man mienu where cultures religion any ade allowed a man mienu na opese udi no krema o mo ye honest who show respect to them any ade ese e fata sa wodi ye oba no so wodi ye no a wonnam nye chopi to say there prince eni agi ken promiscuous yes if you respect the pakrona unko fanechi and does polygamy stop promiscuity? It doesn't. Ono aka say mema no otimi wari mienu miensa kra because oni ahonhyeso sebe manima ombu ne ho onye honest omu partner no one ni tie ni ana partners no one omutie obesa akwa abonti asa akofa bi aka ho omu ye insatiable tese wuntimi nka se we de me manu mienu obejai obetra omu nko aho wo mu besa aye etire girlfriends say prince akani nyina e wo hanum say it why can't the woman but the woman unfortunately cannot because your culture you matra kan bebrebe who kwa aware ye traditional marriage no efie die na amamre die na me papa kra kwa be atakrate ase wo say ukunu efa wachi e mafie ha na mmom se wotene ne nsa anaso opagya ne nsa ene de megema de ono so oni ma be 9 wo ye ni ade enti na ase no de ahye ni tirimu say it's okay so obetimi aware ba ko ana mienu aka me ba na wo be ware e very unfortunate it's right away be man feel say wanya oba ne fo obetimi aye de opebi obetimi apebi aka ne ho a onya obi a obe support ne sa de ukunu e de ye wi e ya unfair chese wuntimi nkoka nkyere wo wofa ana ukuro mu di kuro say mikunu afa bi aka me ho mikunu afa mechi a obeka bi ama wo utiri ayeye mpo na ye beka se ye ma wo mpata no entoma sesias na ebi a wodi sika ketewa bi aka ho. But oba any obi fufuro koda for any reason a. Say the omo ka ye nyina ye begu anim ase. Ye bebo otutu obema na ye gye bema kro no aye free se dey. Aye ye beje oba no you be an outcast. Ye be hwe in certain ways. Enti ema mema sisi ema da bia. Sabi nkramum omo emra no ma ho kwan se bema betimi aware up to 4. So betimi ahwe wo yiye dia. But ema nkramufo ma no ekwan nya ema omo nyesa.
Wote na nsen se wo a ewo nkramum ma no call say yema omo ho kwan na Christopher mema na wo omo nye Muslims no emeware mfiri omo ho.
Ai se omo mpene ma kremoni bank ware obi a onye kremoni. But kremoni be ma ebetimi aware oba a onye kremoni. Say na asema make na no anu no the various religions no nyina editi ama. Eti kremoni ba no ni kun betimi aware nan edumensia but onu oba no ofani kunachi a and anu kra dey see in some cultures up north oba a ya ware wo se wo ne be ma foforo koda na wo sa nu kunu beda ukunu ana so oba yare a yenya anu aduru enti oba se BBC se rape kra da be ma ni rape wo be ma foforo aside o husband o so ko catch your husband
declare your access
na ye amamre si ye twa mogya ne ade nyina gu oba akro no iso ese ye wonse we di ye ho ema sound okay say be ma betime chiti onoba PV don to aba asetra pass na PV chiti was there be memmen chiti nti kamesa PV wo yire fa wo chi a wo de better say debi ade etete oba ne be ma ntam ye adwaman enso so na ebia owo eyiri mienu owo mpra be de wo but it's not considered the adwaman.
The group of women are almost consider say ebraso say woman nso nya omo fa ahodie na de omo peso omo ye no so omo benya nko ade
I would wish to agree with them but unfortunately you're complicated. In fact, Kojo, what is true is that Ghana, Kumasi, Omeimu, Emano, and found in the religious background, and found in baby school drew. They are dating multiple men, and found also a married woman. You see, it will chrome hard to say there's a craze for it. Men money be her, and the PV besides the travel say. Remember na yo busi kedura na ase die o opa wa o ena one na twempana ebusa one man o say omo ha adwene ono ase o se owo ni kunu nche ya fe na obefrefre na wo wai sia me ho na say so omo bo tainted omo ba understand omo ati omo terms say it's like an open relationship enti no time obey ready no no but it's going on. Bema who saw about a ring aboboso. Or no ya attracted to. No consider pay. Omo ye. But omo ye see because ye society they are no one lady boni e ko wiase nyina ba ye ebeba be pointing in sa accuse you. What I say because of say the society esitie. Just a hypocrite. Yeah, a bunch of hypocrites.
Is it that omo who say ma betimi aye nti no omo person force wa ka say oba ye dia debi no.
Oh, I saw a meme omo is selfish. Wouldn't say mema ye ninkunfo che ma, e mema twekra say ma. Se de eja wusu ke se bema behu say obema foforo de ne south to the yirikom waso ne arm ana say bia woni de to obonkomo sre issues. It's a bema benya issues say obema foforo ati ofleti around the year. And so onu oba foforo ye niema saa wo ne yire chi. E mema de omo ye ninkunfo se so omo no ebetimi akunu. Se obem o partner male partner because so my bread me ni and kwan ba akosa e was say ye da bi kika ho obema de na ma ye bema e was say wutimi ehwe kokko no ahwe tintin no ahwe kesenti no e was say minya different shapes, colors and forms of women na many or mutna sexually in your pain relationship. Now the mobile nka say ane bema no the meba no the meba o change wo mo na to obi kra na ni nwa se betimi aka say oba no serve no mame ana pay free ye matrimonial room na oba kro na me de na ba na mo oba no enkofo ebi an cousin bi mpone ne nhihye wo emfa ne mewura edem adam bema no ona ada na obeka se yensesa eyi arrangement na ayaye the almost to be no dey ma but unfortunately eya say enyema ni nyina e support o. It is also true that oba intimi conceive for 2 men at a time. Conceive here, you would say that I mean a minim bema minim. But it's not always true. Come to me. Because imagine say and na woni akwesi adet na woni na say ene na anopa no ebia you know a morning breakfast and I say afternoon jam and our branch would they say any time of the day only bema ba kwada wa come in you now only another bema kwada same day. How are you able to tell say you say we dey anopa de na wi ade enti difficult until say ube conceive ni ebe DNA na ebe twa mo awo ami a DNA difficult enti biologically ya husuo no ana ye bobre na ankasa no emwa emma oba intimi emfa multiple partners but ene de mema eyen emma bi just that ene emma ya hit and run oh yeah emma de bi a opeba on pesa obey IVF wabe hit on you only ne first after first sex obi okro kotra drinking spot na restaurant kotra lounge bi onim se de mema sipenti wabe no wako unprotected sex ebi a ne number wo obi on fa nko hotel ne number wo no betimi awe ne chip ana wato atwene akola no eba owo di obetimi di ahwe akola nti akola na no wi wafa ne ba ma be man you won't be ayokra won't ni bi no abe part of akola life bo enti a mouth feel cheated a mouth feel madam fu bi bisa say yes say oba ware for fani kuna chi a ha be man no e ma ni nyuma say ma be man ne bofo me ma be man ne brase na me oba na me koye na susu sanso na ma me so na be ba be man no ote ne ba bi dwere no meye susu sanso ne be ko be man no su enko be man no su meye because me kunu di mani me kunu and me kunu share na ne ye a ma asem any ade odo mo ba fie ko kan no edidu atem no abu because o wosika obetua ama oba na busuafo ama makoma no oba de say wa tie gina gyenchi onu so ye bi ha onu so ye bi but senka a member be respect ma na ye hu say ye nya object of comfort said your kind so oba ma nya sika ade ode gina ni a eyema unze Ghana obi ka bi agude
agude
also okay bibia na prince
the women are comforters
objects of comfort ye di emagigi ani se prince ehunu emasa ye partners in development ye partners in building the home ye partners to each other say bema ya brabo akoye nimi ye di asetena pa bebre ye ho so ye fi se bema di ade ema ye hu se wabobra uye sikani eni so obenya oba o ye slick edi wachi a it's and a number of them. It's unfortunate. It's unfair. Yeah, kase yeah pnyama a ma for multiple partners. We will be asking for equality and not equity. Because a man na ankasa no. Enyema sisi so ema wo. Enti so se de omo ye usu ye bia still ema ne belus. Enti I don't think that any true feminist would say ye per se a man opportunity for multiple partners. We don't need it. But we would need respect. We would need honesty. We would need you to put yourself to the test I will put you through. What I said, the open say mirror us. The open say who's a mayen. Some also oh ye a mammy. First, so do be no boo be a onye ma a better na coma because over multiple partners now would he because who feels oh ye man David ye Solomon ye Abraham cried in Yankupon man be Abraham Nasar and Timino any idea who were near my di one who disrespecting who hurting feelings who money go through a lot of trauma. But you think that okay, be the son nyame bo me na ne adwa no we de wo kasa wo dwendwene ho de na ese wo bewu we de ti asese me bema men are polygamous by nature, they say or the promiscuous by nature aka ho e say wo say e ma ye crossing na ye say and say na wo men they can mess around na yet one ye twa no akofa yare aba sexually transmitted disease and now say yare a ubenya through the torture, through the heartbreaks, you know, hypertension is a yare no na wenya na ono ye man not oba sebi omu yes kwa so no maka say we yi ase enu nim say amamre mu oba ukunu free mu a eni 2 years ya untimi nware ntina the honorable Dr. Kuma Eyire Mrs. Lillian Kuma Owari ya tese Ghana asema esi ebi nsi enso bema watch 6 months obetimi aware fofo tese krom ha mra ene amamre ne amane nyinara kama ase edi mani
abusafo enkomo no an ye Ozo betimi abejoin it na wafre ebia na oni ma na ya adwen wo mo advocate no ebi so ana mema no nkomo no ana ugina mu a bi ni nkomo 020-633-4646 020-633-4747 oba na yedi nkomo fache television Daybreak jumadi ajawusu obi oho akamu ana
you just say come on say the bidi na the din na
Kojo ejawo de oni bibia
ka you big to e bia say
mami no be break up
ya me ka na say no ni me adwene sa ye na o kan nyina na obe my respect na obe hwe say bibia e pepe me nkunya
oh
and the woman nafa
e me na mo siam nyam na mo fa ma bi so won so no enye pese me nkunya
na me you better na mafo best matter say wo na say mafo obi aka ho ntimi mu sesen
eye disrespectful e say onu oba no waka ama na tiase
and me no kan obeti ase
oba bi o ha obeti ase
na won ti ase no won ti ase sen
me ti ase say me mpani e nan
baby enye
me ti ase say that wasn't the grounds rules in time one you see aye na ye ka asem no ye ka ye pese etena bobran ya nkasa obekọ akofo obi abeka enti wuntimi nka se mabo mopa mabo afawa mabo pa chapel empire ayewe ama nyankopọ aboa ho yema ho ye ayeyie na me ado ato nsam wanya ntino o be kase nyame abadi a waduro nti
hello good morning
me bedi abako
hello
good make kwa ye ni ase
anope ma ye ntie wo pedi
sana me mate nyame abo yiti
medama say any ngudi a friend me Victor because Africa bando hello
yo
Etiam ni mti foni na a friend Victor because Africa bando na nkomo amodie no manage mu papa na mpese mbisa me maame a ɔte mu nkyɛn ni sɛ ɔnim botae nti a Nyankopɔn bɔ mma dodo ɛkyɛn mmarima na sɛ ma bɛrima biara ɔba mmienu mpo a still ɛbi bɛka na mo amaka no why na ɛba bɛware mu.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Yeah, that's it. Alobey. Bright, good morning. Hello, Bright. Hello, Bright. Hello, Bright. Okay. Yeah, the one of pay. Mrs. Kankama. Yeah, that's the Alopay say or pay. What's said the member see who yet the hidden kind more fast come on and pay. But you was there and I can watch you wait for them.
Now, I always want to go back to the creator. Nyame bo bema wiye. Eno hu se bema ho aye mobo. Me pa so eno decide say me bo Obama. When I say that yenye sika wie ne ye ni gia ne ma ye ni gia yo ba. Nyame na obo ye no ehu se ye ni je be
Beba. Okay, Mame nko dunko no thing. Nafisa
bo ba ko pene man no. Ho na mame you bisa wo no.
Nafisa.
Amo mienu ama no.
Hello, say.
Yes, Mame tie wa no pay.
Nepa so. Sanye emema ne ka no. Se anhwe ni a ebeye kakra no. Emema munya manware because as I no door so man so too much. Because them ko for obeti na say ya mu say like them ko for obeti na say nye boni dia. Ebeye kakra na ware kwa munya bi no maware o. Because we ba so ba be ware oba na be wi ase na oba na kwa ko fa yare ahodo bebre na say make me baby dia nye say since me ware me pa sho me so dia no.
Yeah, that's it. Adopay. Mame nko Santase. Richard.
Hello, good morning.
Adopay mi entio.
Adopay de metia one alojafo nyina. Mr. Adebakwa.
Is Richard?
Adebakwa the person kana yina you said it in say. On say a member de na kana by nature. I idea here at the boss that whole because Bible Muhefa and all the sorry and answer what cassette here or very much say fire a madudoa and console her. But I give a win na quack say, Yena soft food be no and church now on the church aman tias ye be abba into Namas our how we never, especially a Christ of war our real. Because what the young family maybe to say, ye call ye nanom and cremufo aside there. Omit no worry the door, but asum real. Ye nanama comfort a worry the door, asum real. But I didn't ye Christopher on side no quadia so, but Emma worry you cry now what they were how and ever. Nina, I say, I saw him once say, ye Christopher on a man. And it be any like men kwame jaboso and you issue but Bible also ntesa enti meka chema ma na akuto na mansa se mesra na mema de Nyankopon achede ode acheye si itimi wo e ware dodo enti ma no ya o monti ase se de be dia sundue no odo ene e betena da me da maso bebre
yenso ye dase anopay mame nko twifu praso Kofi Abeka.
Omandedi.
Ye tie wa no pay.
Amo edumane, eduma pa amoye.
That's
it. Program no emu aye de pa na ejese mbesan so atoa so na yetumi egu emma gina be ne mema gina be. So the say wo hwe emma ene mema asemu a ye ko Bible mu a Genesis chapter 16. Akwa Nyankopon di kan oba ene ibema ho asema etre say oba okumu be din na obeda ne kwanu kwa de ake no so ayasem Nyankopon aka to ene e fa so hwe bi nso a Nyankopon bo be man sa na oyi oba ne free be ma mu enti pass ade Nyankopon aka to de entumu se sa fe se de na wiase na fa no mo dane mle se oba so na eden de be ma ye no oba so betumi aye na oba so be ma so no sa bi se ko ba ne sa I just say Uncle why some no kind ye ni pan eden the sin traffic. Mother to have a brief but you man Uncle I say to say a man or band to me. Them are who can go to you while do your petty said yeah this Solomon yeah in fact that oba who to now come back to say ABR no one pana you country and plan back on count. So about yes you go at them museum and put say who could not be transferred I prefer them who flow with it. But I can't and what my bema the sign says Uncle what they are getting now my bema move your back and what to say they are more can be say oba back. So remember you want to say me and so that's what you want need to pack my and only I did it where the how more oba into me you may now can say bema what point of what you and also one and send to go to your while about quite in fact that yes a couple of say you say ba you can want ya and Emma the pamuto so me the baby move at what are you cut on one mamu the young who can be also with na to mo contract ya pese ya dia mema ye bi ni ko titi ni ko gabi da so ku pema u ka be fa so an betna obetumi de wo nya ka nko aho na mo ntumi ye ntra ya mema be ye nti kaka no so tumi aka e dia bo meduma no amen
men kwa ajema ho wo Hwini Valley ajema
ina na hoto say
adumu ajema
eno ma me chairman no pe na ejuma
das
ya tie sama mwaka na bebre ba me ya de wo mu ne all the ways of a man all the ways of a man seems good in his own eyes, and it's very clear in the Bible if you read Proverbs that all the ways of a man seems good in his own eyes. So people wale ba ko wo ba wale do ba wale we no all the ways seems good in your own eyes. And anya do aba wale and a just jebe bro. Buha na yere ba ko oni peace of mind. Buha na yere their bro so or peace of mind. It is not that the numbers, but it's because all the way seems good in your own eyes. Kola bi can say na a man no does che mema. It is a mema no wale kakra bia. They can one about walom. Does it concern you? So they can more about walom. Does it concern you? It's because all the way seems good in your own eyes. Inti why do you say job biano to you no it is good. That is how we are where we are as human beings. We are where we are as human beings because of remember the so say right. The nipa be who say good to him but not to God. I mean, you have to make this point very clear. The anyama was it anyama bebre fata ni pasoye banyani nyina so ne fata kawo ho kwaso betwa wale be 100 ana peso kwa men wale na so obi wo ha wo ne yire ni ba. There are people like that. Oba ya se kwa mfano ho kan ba da. There are people like that. If say 1% in poor, I mean there are people like that. Oni yire oni ba on fan on kan be mada on fan on kan ba da. It is there. How did it also so the Uber side is over here. Nobody will stop you. It is all the way seems good in your own eyes. When this one, that's why we are where we are as human beings. And they say LGBTQ and others and we can and now then a man who of a go na many bimpe. Now only there was a young Beman or Befano. It's because all the way seems good in your own eye. To him, no. There was a year of an effect.
Okay, Bajo, Mama Minko Asnomaso, na Minko Dinko Mumfree Asnomaso. Hello?
Hello.
Yes, sir.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Mr. Onimojuma Pa Mobo.
Ejuma Damuase.
What's the way you have some Kesia Baba? Now the woman is there. And the cray about Hope. Bad room a fine and the actual say Bema says, so while my bibli. Now we say, because a fine, he actually say, for Baba Korea, Sakofa Kokahona, a man does so it will be as and yes, I man in your policy and Kabaya Kamamina Seminanso and I'm Honama Conutino. ɛsɛ sɛ obiara nya ne so ɛne ne deɛ baako pɛ ɛti sɛ nyame ɔdom wanya wo yele wone ne te kamakama mɔbɔ mo bra kamakama ɔbaa no aboa wo a yɛsɛ there was behind a successful man there is what a woman waboa wo ama nyame wadom wafiri gata mu waboa wasɔ wasene ama ɛnɛ wayɛ bɛrima ɔmo ayɛ bi wanya sika so botom time na wonni sika no deɛ wahunu nyansa anaasɛ wahunu sɛ wowɔ baabi wɔ akɔfa no ɛnɛ wonya sika no hu sɛ wokɔfa ɔba foforɔ wata mo yɛnka no korɛ nkyɛn yɛ ho ɔfa ma bebree a mfa so biara so ɛno ɛyɛ ntina mo awo mo ma kamakama mo ahwɛ mo ma no anyanyini wɔde mo blɛ so aba nyame wado na wu ana wokɔ baabi na wokɔfa wei no anya side check na wokɔ adoɔ hɔ na wokɔ kwasi hɔ ɛnkɔfa hwee ma woyɛ bɛrima wowale wo yere wie a masa tena wo yere ho ɛnkɔfa obi kura tumi ka sɛ mede ma wale nso obi yere na mfɛ ɛyɛ musuo ɛbɔ man akyiwadeɛ nso ɛsa bɔ man enti sɛ ma na dɔɔso a masa wale wo deɛ firi wawale wo deɛ wie no ano no deɛ ɔmo aka no sɛ ɔmo nya kuna ɛmfa ho ɔmo kɔbu sɛ nyankopɔn baabi ɔmo kuro so ɔde bɛma hɔ ma no simple
yɛda ase alɔpɛ ama nkɔmmɔ no ayɛ simple obi wɔ so a yɛbɛfa na anyɛ saa memra na yɛnwie nkɔmmɔ no anɔpɛ yi
Kojo
yes sir
yɛtie nkɔmmɔ no nyinaa but nyame bɛ sɛ meka ni
sɛ Prince nya opportunity kasa me so be
aye
no problem
that's fine
the time
nyame bɛ sɛ meka ni so obi ka sɛ ɔbaa yɛ yenye sika ɔbaa ne yɛdi ɔmo gye it is not ɛnyɛ derogatory because nyame na ɔbɔ ɔmo saa na ɔbɔ nyame di ka boye mema
comforters
yes nyame di ka boye bema and otena wa no hu say initially you were not part of the plan yeah according to the Bible me I read the Bible a lot we are not part of the plans and nyame hu say oh bema ye mobo onu kwa so onu kwa na ti wo na obo mo tina so part of the Bible
obo wa mo mienu na
part of the Bible na say okode kwan ye wiem awa kwan ye butan so bema kwan
ajagraja Bible verse
no it's not Bible
it is no, but
I want to say this with passion I want to say this with passion yes some men disrespect women so what see kwan so person pe mammo e bia we yere word enye ho na e de oba na wo pe no ba intimate me ntu obema bia fo say Ope oba fa ne bra wo fie a
o tre kwa mema betimi afa so
oti I'm not o munyi dada oti so what sequence so be oba pedan ma no
o kan ebuo eno no
hey my time has started ticking
yeah pedan ma no na ne case happen na no but say
o kan obu ase
no na wo wo de ne be ba de no de eye den a wo ye nipa e be ha no e be kire se wo mbu no but for you to have another partner, it's not disrespectful to the other partner.
Okay.
Me pesa emma so ti. Sa konya kuma yare emma muti. Uti. Sa konya omani begua konya kuma yare emma no muti. Sa konya kuma yare konya hypertension, high blood pressure ni asefo. Ti asie se nyame di bi dumu no mpemma anaso o discipline ho a the nyamiase de bia papa the good so
the word discipline every man should have it the word discipline
tie enye obia na discipline ho nti tiasie sa se nyame ya wadu na onye bia de bia ko sorry there na boy pa de nyamiase be se wan ko nye bia enye bone fa se utrim se sa na nyame bo mu okọ obeba fa se utrim se na be nya onya akoma yare be se obedwe ye mema wo dia wan hwe ya me nua ba ube weja no na oye ni oye because that instinct say yempe mamon eje ye ha na ye di dua ye mu
anope da so
ti ase asase na be ya ube ye o
mapo
mapo say
maka nche ma me yu o de ne wona mabonten aya wo hwe eyi susa no maka hun say ba bia ba akopɛ ne utimi fie ti maka ne nnie nsia ne so current member no
eje usuti
ma anye
nene de wo kwa na hwan ma
anye sa ba ke me nti ha se sofu ye be kan tradition ni
akoto fa so ye so na eje usuti wo kwa ma
Kojo Prince a trial so betimi ayi ne ho ano the statement he made say my objects of comfort. They were try, but they didn't wash. To say oba boy no drew baby or status any baby or could dream it. Or so we near a mouth for account. I was so the map a year or hobby.
One sorry, they move for music. I want him mad. I'm just saying, I'm not going to Gaza. Busan, not sorry. No, I can manly be a D. Yeah, a mark and pray so baby upon a woman.
They think that because of your man, we cannot say that. That's what you guys are doing. That's what you guys are doing.
We used to like Range Rover. Oh, no, Bob, the mark. What in your catch? What in your catch? I'm not married. I am not married.
It's okay to do it, but more you are not practicing it.
The man has told you why he's not practicing it.
I don't know what excuse.
Also, Niska.
Oh, there is something for no. Obey me.
Education is Niska.
Education is Niska. That should be. One year, one so to me. Onim super perfect on the trim say and yes I was for yes sir.
Men ko kremo.
Ode.